More details, go to their website, GiveMeTheVin.com. GiveMeTheVin.com wants to buy your car, whether it's your daily driver, a pickup truck, an SUV, a minivan, a supercar, or exotic. GiveMeTheVin.com is America's best car buyer.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. We offer HELOCs and home equity lines of credit with scores as low as 640. Find out if you're qualified today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Now this is how you end a summer. Under the lights, surrounded by history. The driver's last shot at the playoffs. Your last chance to see regular season action. Friday night, Xfinity lights the fuse. Saturday night, the Cup Series delivers the fireworks. This is Daytona. This is everything. NASCAR weekend at Daytona International Speedway, August 22nd and 23rd. Get your tickets now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Rebath Mid-Florida. Man, these guys are awesome at one thing and one thing only, and that is taking your old tired bathroom out and replacing that with a beautiful bathroom that you have input on. That's right, their catalog of products is simply amazing. Multiple choices of tubs and sinks and tiles and lighting. It's all right there. No design can't be handled. And even better, right now, 10% off your bathroom remodeling deal. That's right, 10% off. And guys, just so you know, the big box stores use Rebath to install their bathroom jobs because of their great reputation. In business for over 17 years, and if you really want to see what they're all about, visit their showroom, 436 in Altamont, right across from Kobe. You'll walk in and see some models set up. That's not what you're buying. That's just to show you what's possible with their catalog of products and great design ideas. Orlando's only top-to-bottom complete Rebath remodeling company, and they do it right the first time. So take a minute, go to the website, check out the before and afters, and then book your appointment for your brand new bathroom at Rebath.com.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Premier Men's Medical Center restores your sex life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate erectile dysfunction and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To restore your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
Planning a trip to Orlando? After the rides and roller coasters, keep the fun going at the legendary Cocoa Beach, the closest beach to Orlando. Whether you're surfing the waves, paddling with dolphins, or kayaking alongside gentle manatees, Cocoa Beach is where adventure meets relaxation. So, when you visit Orlando, don't just stop at the theme parks. Add some sand, surf, and sunshine to your trip to Cocoa Beach on Florida's Space Coast. Visit LegendaryCocoaBeach.com today.
An official message from Medicare.
I turned 65 this year. I knew it was time to figure out Medicare, and I had questions, like when to enroll and how to enroll. So I went straight to the official source, Medicare.gov, to get the facts about Medicare. I found answers to all my questions, and I'm ready to get started. And so can you. Just go to Medicare.gov to get the real facts about Medicare.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. From car accidents to personal injury cases, Mo has you covered. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free, new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The 3 best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News news junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Tuesday, August 5th, 2025. Lots to get to today. From Nukes on the Moon to King of the Hill is back, and it's weird that a fan is arrested for the WNBA court-tossing incidents, plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. Send us what we call a dispatch. Record yours right now at thenewsjunkie.com. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right in the studio in real time. And it is, friends, a Share the Show Tuesday. That's right.
Share
This is when you spread the word about the show, and it's easy to do. Tell somebody about listening to the News Junkie radio show. Hey, here's the station where I listen. Hey, here's the link to the podcast. Hey, I'm going to click the like button over on the YouTube stream right now. Those ways are great ways to share the show. It's super easy for you to do, and I hope you will do that at some point during a Share the Show Tuesday. How's everybody doing on a Tuesday?
Not bad. Pretty good.
How about you?
Yeah, hanging in there. Lots of stuff to get into today. As per usual, I'm alive. It's Tuesday, so I'm not super happy with the progress through the week so far. But what can you do? One day at a time.
I know we're 2 days in, so
yeah, this is
plenty
at
of
least
makeup moments.
At least we're this far. Okay, that's what we're gonna have to do today. We're gonna have to celebrate that and just enjoy ourselves as best we can. And we start out with going to a weatherman to start things out. Let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great big wide world of ours. To WTT. Hang on. Sorry, KTTC. That means
I'm really glad we got the call letters right. This probably was important.
It is. It's important to acknowledge these areas of the country. C-Lane, is Minnesota not important to you?
I mean, it's a beautiful place this time of year if you think about it.
You don't care about Minnesota. Neither one of you care about Minnesota.
Do. It's very lovely people that one time I went.
Yeah, Minnesota, take it or leave it.
You okay, man? What's happening?
You know what? Of all the states, the Minnesota people seem like the least hateable, if I'm real with you.
I didn't say I hate them.
One time I went to a baseball game. They lost very badly. And one lady was like, but wasn't just a beautiful day.
Didn't everybody have a good time? Sure. Well, the weather was not fantastic as of the last week or so. And there's a particular weather guy who's getting some heat for what he did. This is maybe the dumbest thing I've seen. And I've seen the Sydney Sweeney stuff. So brace yourself. Here we go. Let's see what happened during this broadcast. That actually got at least somebody mad.
35 customers impacted over there. And
right, now,
just looking at Rochester Public Utility.
The meteorologist right now is openly texting on his cell phone in front of the weather map. So like he's actually in the midst of sending a text while the news anchor is talking over it.
Right now, only one outage so far. So we'll keep tracking the weather
text.
outages as they come. But for right now, looks like Xcel Energy and Goodhue County Co-op Electric seeing the most outages at this moment.
All right, thanks, Zach, for that. Sorry, I just had to text my wife. Baby was sleeping well tonight, so that's going to be over with at this point in time. Looking again at these two cells, so all right. Really strong wind starting.
That's it. That's it. That was it that people got mad about from this meteorologist. Can you even see what anybody would be mad about in that?
Okay, just a quick recap. He was texting his wife, and baby did sleep well?
Yes. He was texting his wife during the broadcast of very bad weather in Minnesota. So like this line of terrible storms is ripping through. He's taking a second. He texts his wife. He said, the baby was sleeping, but that's not going to be happening now, what with the weather and whatnot. So he wanted to get a message to his wife. And at first I was like, what even would any person watching this be upset about? Like the unprofessionalism of sending a text in the middle of the show? Okay, come on. On the overall scheme of things, who cares about that as much?
I imagine it's a newborn. I assume they're first. So if you get a text and you're from the wife, something about the baby, subject line, you're going to look real quick and realize that camera person would take your shot immediately.
Yeah, maybe, I don't even know if he knew that or not, but he just sent the text and didn't care. Here's what he said. His name's Nick Jansen, all right? He says, I don't usually post things like this, but after nearly 3 hours of storm coverage on Monday night, I wanted to share a quick thought. I received an email telling me how unprofessional I was during my coverage. The quote that really struck me, that he has to call his wife to make sure she takes the baby to safety. Maybe some people think that's noble or cute. I don't, he said. I take my job and your safety very seriously, but I'm also a husband and a father in the middle of severe weather. I decided to take a brief moment to make sure my wife and child were safely in the basement. That's not me being unprofessional. It's me being a human. I'm a husband and a father first. Let's all try to show each other a little more understanding and respect in life. And when I started to think about the person who might have sent the email being like, oh, you're here to save us, buddy. You're here to save us. Why are you texting your wife and child during the storm right now?
Yeah, here's the thing. The person, and that's in quotes, that sends the email is a whole different type of human that we are not used to.
Yeah,
we're probably friends with.
No, we're a little bit used to them.
Yeah, we are, but I guess like we can see, I know
Nobody with a family.
exactly who that person is. That takes the time to send an email of complaint during a moment like this because they are watching all of the news all the time, and that is not their first, their 10th, or 100th email to that station.
Right.
Without a doubt.
Like, we get the same thing. There's a lot of people who will look at this stuff and then or listen to a show like this and be like, everyday nonsense, crazy.
If I were that weatherman and that email came my way and I was being unprofessional, I would say, suck my coverage.
All right. Somebody said, more proof that people get upset about everything. I think it's a little bit different. I think this is proof that people are just confused about how social dynamics work. Let me tell you a little something here. All right. And I'll pose this question to you, Sealand and Sabrina, and then you tell me how you feel about this, how you react. And don't be a coward, okay? Answer the question. You're in a room. All right. In this room, there is a table in front of you with one red button on it. In this room, with this table and this red button, there are instructions. The instructions simply say, if you push this red button, it will take 5 years away from some random person and give it to the person that you love the most.
Okay.
And what would you do in that room? Because I, being a normal person who cares about normal things, would hit the button, okay? I would hit the button.
Who's getting the minus 5 years?
Never do, never will, none of that stuff.
A 5-year-old.
You are.
and on top of it, they sit down the 5-year-old and try to explain that some person pushed that button and it's their fault.
No, don't worry about that person. You never hear from them. You never know about them. You never see them. You hit a button and it takes away 5 years from them, but it allows your significant other to live for 5 more years. Are you not pushing that button? The answer should be yes. Yes, I'm pushing the button. I'm pushing the button because strangers don't matter as much. Okay? Strangers don't matter as much. I made a healthy and helpful both little graph for you folks, a radio graph, if you will. And ChatGPT help me out. How much I care about somebody's health, all right? Strangers, you're at a 1, okay? You're on the very bottom end. If you're a stranger, I really don't care that much, okay? You're at a 1 on the list. Acquaintances, you're at a 2. You're at a 2. Then on to coworkers, you're at a 4, all right? 6 for close for regular friends, 8 for close friends. Your loved ones are at a 9, and then yourself at a 10.
Question.
All right?
Can I combine my friend points with my coworker points to make a 10?
No, you cannot change anything. No, you have to put them in some sort of order on the graph like this.
Okay, your close friends, loved ones, though. So you know.
Loved ones.
But it's your friends.
Yeah.
Loved ones.
Yeah.
Like
the order
friends
is
apostrophe loved ones.
The level I care about whether you are okay or anything, like I'll be nice to you if you say, oh my God, I'm hurting. Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry about that. But the level I actually care, and I think most people care looking at this meteorologist getting heckled for this, is strangers are at a 1. acquaintances at a 2, coworkers a 4, friends a 6, close friends 8, 9 for loved ones, and then yourself at a 10. Because that's the reality of the situation. A lot of the rest is like pretending in between. Because if you were in that room, are you pressing that red button? Are you doing it? Because if you do that, well, some stranger somewhere gets zapped. But in the end, you can't have compassion for all of these people. You can only do the best that you can. Do you hit the button, Sabrina?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
See ya.
All right. C-Lane, do you hit the button?
Yeah.
I mean, the question seems easy to me.
Not hitting the button. The universe says it's planned.
All right. Well, your girlfriend loses 5 years of her life. A stranger keeps theirs, and then
But it's that
the world moves
5-year-old
around.
I'm thinking about. It
There is
what
no
if it was
5-year-old.
Jackson?
There is a stranger that you will never meet and you will never know about, and you hit a button, you remove 5 years for their life and give it to somebody who is in your family that you care about, that you love. Everybody with things in order is going to say, of course I would do that, because we have to make sacrifices in our lives every day. This guy stopping and texting his wife and his child to send a message during really bad storms that he's covering, when he's trying for hours and hours and hours to keep everybody safe, but then takes a moment of his time for his own personal relationships.
That makes
normal.
sense. Without a doubt.
That's just normal. It's being a human. It's doing the thing that makes the most sense.
What is not normal is that person emailing about it. And unfortunately, that was after 3 and very long 3 hours of that man being on TV talking about the storm and saying the same thing over and over again, where it got to him. But it is worth noting, and lifting the curtain to everyone else who should be aware that there are crazy people like this.
I want that emailer to listen to some of our hurricane coverage and tell me exactly their thoughts about professionalism.
Dan on YouTube says, first of all, if the people who made that machine told me about how it works, I can't be sure it won't trick me and take 5 years off my own life or the life of my significant other. Why do you people do this? It's called a hypothetical. All right. None of those things happen. The only thing happens is some random person loses 5 years. Your loved one gets 5 years. That's it. That's it. The rest of it is you all making stuff up even more so on top of the hypothetical. And it's supposed to make you make a decision on your morals about your life. Cosidia says, what about us listeners? Where do we stand? We're not strangers. If I can hit a button and it takes 5 years from a listener and gives 5 years to Courtney, I'll just keep hitting it. I'm sorry. I'll just keep hitting the button.
I think he broke the button.
Because that's how personal relationships are handled. You never give a benefit to a stranger over somebody you actually care about. That's a worldview that I just don't quite understand. Maybe you do. Let me know. Tell us what you think about this meteorologist. I always love how crazy some of these people are that just watch this stuff, though. How absolutely bizarre to email over that. And Amy Caulfield gets that kind of stuff all the time. Just weirdos. Weirdo TV watching people, man.
I think as of this morning, let's double check, 4,300 emails in a folder called Nut Jobs. Because they just filter right to there.
Yeah. If I could direct the 5 years at one of the nut jobs, then I would be ever so eager to do that instead of just having some random person do it.
But who's going to come over and do me sometime?
Well, you're going to have to find somebody else with a giant jar of toenails to make all that happen for you. Real strange people who listen to the show, just for the record. All right, we're going to take a quick break.
I like when Josh is here and he calls him Stinkman.
Stinkman's on the show. That, folks, just so you know, this is a very strange individual who...
a very dedicated listener for a very long time.
You like the weirdest people. Why are you phrasing it like that? The guy's a monster.
I mean, dedicated is not putting any sort of positive or negative to it. Dedicated is he's been doing this for 10 years, man.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I want to talk about an announcement that's coming down. I don't know what's happening anymore. I don't know. It's there's literally going to be an announcement this week that we're going to build a nuclear reactor on the moon. And when I see headlines like this, and I'm like, is this real? Is this what do we have going on? We're going to build a nuclear reactor on the moon, And then people start to make arguments for reasons. No, this is good. This is a very, very smart idea. This is something that we really need to work on. And I think there's some bigger questions going on here. But I'm going to tell you what this plan is all about. You tell me if you think somehow this is a good idea. I would love to hear that. I would love to hear that take. And anything else you have on your mind on a Share the Show Tuesday. Send your dispatches over at thenewsjunkie.com right now. We're back with that and a whole lot more. It's coming up next on The News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
You're going to run into some slowdowns on the major roadways, congestion on Florida's Turnpike northbound approaching Osceola Parkway, delays on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535, westbound on I-4 near Central Florida.
Hey, everybody.
667-68477 from the traffic center on James Birmingham.
So Share the Show Tuesday. Chat, I ask you the question. If you are in a room, you hit a button, some random stranger loses 5 years of their lives, your loved one gets 5 years of their life. So you're sacrificing somebody else to spend 5 more years with your loved one. Do you hit the button? Yes or no? Busy Boy says hitting the button. Smacking the hell out of that button. I think there's 2 types of people in the world. I could not mean this anymore, okay? 2 types of people in the world. People who will push that button and people who will pretend like they wouldn't push the button. That's it. That's it. I'd smash button. I shared the show with a friend, but you just took 5 years off their life, and they died, so now they can't listen. Dan, it was worth a shot, though. You're gonna have that happen sometimes, all right? It was worth a shot. Thank you for your service.
Without power, man, Solar Source has this battery backup system that is absolutely awesome. You should check it out.
Big Digit says, I don't want my wife to live 5 years longer than me. What if your wife isn't going to live any years longer? You don't know if your wife is a 0. But if you hit the button, you guarantee she's got 5 more years. You don't guarantee that she's going to live 5 years longer than you. You just give her 5 years. Stevie says, pressing that button so fast, I don't care about strangers. I don't even think it has to be that you don't care about strangers. It's just so obvious that everybody cares less about some people and more about other people. Okay? And I think that's a totally normal thing. Like your son, your child, your daughter, somebody born from you. If you have a choice between saving that person or some stranger, you're going to save this person. You'll save that person over 50 of these people or 500 of these people. That's normal. If I'm the only one I love, do I get 5 years? Sure. Is there actually a use for a nuclear reactor on the moon? We're going to talk about the points for having a nuclear reactor on the moon. We're going to talk about how much having a nuclear reactor on the moon actually would cost and some of the ins and outs of that in a moment here. Yes, it's normal to care less about some people than others and less about yourself. That doesn't mean you try to harm others to enrich your own friends, though, does it? It doesn't mean you have to do it. It means when faced with the decision, you always, the morally correct thing to do is to favor the people who are closest to you. And that is a fine thing to do. If I'm doing a live radio show and there is a hurricane absolutely devastating the listening area. Hurricane Dexter. Devastating the listening area. People are relying on every word to be okay somehow. And I get word that somebody that I love, my family, somebody that I care about, is not doing well and needs help right away. I'll walk right away from the microphone, get on the phone, handle that person first, and then go back. No way on earth would I take this person close to me and disfavor them over a stranger. Why would I do that? I could see the nuclear reactor on the moon could be needed if it was for faster than light space travel or it helped move science along. Okay, we'll see. Welcome back, YouTube. I missed your comments yesterday, YouTube. I'm trying to find a way, and it's not really a thing, where I can reboot Mega Chat. I can't do that necessarily, not that I know of yet, if it doesn't come through on a stream, but I have another feed that I can look at, so I can still watch YouTube if it happens again. 90 seconds and we're coming back. The people criticizing this meteorologist are losers with no real problems in this world. True! True! 100% true. These are people who are miserable, who are just looking for something to lump their shit on every day. There are people that are like that. They're just looking for something to dump their crap on every single day and complain about something that really doesn't make any sense to anybody. And if I could hit a button and eliminate them, I would hit that button many times. Okay, here we go. We're coming back.
Finding ways to reduce risks, to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you to explore right now, like 80s rock. Featuring Van Halen, Billy Idol, Aerosmith, Def Leppard, and more for your summer road trips. Crank it up all summer. 80s rock. Commercial-free 24/7. I stay for a white wedding. Just open the free iHeartRadio app and find your next summer preset now.
Look to Orange Buick GMC for your next truck at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
They're best friends, unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? It's the new.
Share the Show Tuesday. That's when you tell people about the News Junkie Radio Show. The most viral newsroom on planet Earth. Welcome in. You can learn more about the show and find out how you can share it at thenewsjunkie.com or follow anybody on the show at thenewsjunkie.com/share. This thing, Sean, sounds like it didn't get cracked last night. First of all, chat, how dare you? Unbelievable. Mind your own business. Second of all, I'm absolutely right on the point of hitting the button to remove 5 years from some stranger you'll never meet or never hear about and gifting it to somebody you actually care about. I think that almost everybody would do that because that's how we arrange things. It's how we arrange our actual emotions in our lives. Like, for instance, if your child is next to you, and C-Lane might make a joke about this because Jackson's headed for the terrible twos, but the truth of the matter is...
Headed for...
He's in it.
He's there.
We are here.
The bad news is he's ahead of the game on everything. Growth, like all of the schedules, and also terrible twos. So cute, and you might say, you might joke about it, but if you were in a room and you could either save your son Jackson or save 5 other random strangers that you will never meet or never see in your life, you would be an insane person not to save your son, your child, your kid who's in front of you. And guess what? All of those 5 random people
what am I saving
do the
from?
same thing. You don't worry about that. The hypothetical is just that you're saving them.
Well, you didn't
keeping
say
them alive.
save before. You said just add 5 years.
I said you're giving 5 years to a person to take it away from another one. You don't know the person that you're with right now. You don't know if they'll be there for another 5 years. No one knows how long anybody will be. I might be here for a day. I might be here for 100 years. Well, no, I won't. I might be here for a day.
Swimming pool full of fentanyl all over again.
I'm more likely to be here for a day than anything, but I might be here for a day. I might be here for 50 years, right? We don't know. So gifting somebody those 5 years is the same thing as making sure they're alive for that period of time. And that's what I think all this comes down to. It's what people say versus what they would do. And by the way, I think if Sabrina was in that room, she would smash that button so hard, because the other person ain't ever going to know about it, and you want to help out the person that you actually care about, or your kid, or whomever it is. I think that's just how life works. And this weirdo in his basement who writes messages, emails, whatever he did, I don't remember, to the meteorologist for taking out of time in the broadcast about all these horrific storms to text personally his wife and child. That's the person that's strange. That's the person that doesn't understand interpersonal dynamics, or maybe is just miserable, which is true for a lot of people. Let's talk about the moon, if you don't mind.
All right.
This is a real story. I'll show it to you if you're watching. You can watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/The News Junkie. Sean Duffy, former host or former person, star of The Real World. There's some guy who gets mad every time I say that, like this right-wing guy who gets so mad every time I say that, so that's why I say it every time, guy. He's done so much more since he was on The Real World. Yes?
What did he do on The Real World again, though?
He was on The Real World.
Lived in a house with 6 strangers.
Go on.
He was on The Real World.
But it was like a very long time ago? Or
Yes,
was he one of those Real World challenge people, always showed up on MTV all the time? Or was it just that one season?
I don't know if he was on more things like Road Rules and all that, but he was on one season that I watched for sure of The Real World, and then he started eking his way into politics. And
according to Wikipedia, Sean Patrick Duffy is an American politician, former television presenter, lobbyist, prosecutor, and lumberjack.
Lumberjack. Oh, that's right. That was his whole thing. That was his thing. Yeah. Yeah. When he would, like, do you know how when they introduce somebody?
He's okay. Wax all night and wax all day.
That's a great lumberjack song. One of the things that is a trope in reality television is nobody could just be a person. Mm-hmm. It has to be like, let's meet Sean. Sean is a lumberjack. And then everything is about a lumberjack, or like, the most cartoonish version of this is on MasterChef, where it's so clumsy and so bad. And they'll be like, Dave is a drummer. And then Dave will be like, I'm going to use drumsticks in all of my meals. And like, I'm going to just drum my way to the win and the finish line.
This
is
like, terrible.
It's just, okay, we get it. We know what's going on. So I get it. Sean Duffy is more than this, but it's funny to remember the time he was on Real World. Sorry. Sean Duffy is announcing that we are going to be building a nuclear reactor on the moon.
Okay.
All right? A nuclear reactor on the moon is what the promise is. This is the first major agency effort by the interim NASA administrator, who is also the transportation secretary and a former Fox News host, and also in The Real World. They don't,
Real World lumberjack. Come on.
They didn't put that, but I added that on there personally. Now, I am here to say, and I'm sure many of you will disagree with me, I've not heard this dumb an idea in a long time. I've not heard such a dumb idea as to spend probably $10 or more billion building a nuclear reactor on the moon, which again, it all is in this line of thought that we are destined to be interplanetary species, okay? I don't know that we are. I don't know that I agree. I don't know when I hear people saying we must go to Mars, we must go. How about we try to take this beautiful Goldilocks planet that we've landed on here with all the blue and the green and try to make it as nice as we possibly can and make it last as long as we can? Because all the other planets seem miserable. They seem real. It rains diamonds on them in a bad way. I know that might sound attractive. There's planets where there's constant winds at 500 miles per hour with shards of glass in them. There's planets where the atmosphere will just cause your skin to boil immediately. Let's forget about putting a nuclear reactor on the moon for billions and billions and billions of dollars and maybe like solve our own problems here on Earth. When we're done with that, maybe we can do the other stuff. Maybe we can move on. But let's hear the argument. Why are we doing this? A nuclear reactor on the moon? I'm tuned in. Here's News Nation.
Space race is going nuclear. Interim NASA Administrator and Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy expected to announce a fast-track plan to deploy a nuclear reactor to the moon by 2030. That's 5 years before China and Russia's joint plan to do the very same thing.
By the way, might I just input a little something here? By 2030, this is 5 years from now. This is only to have some dumb race with China. That's it. That's it. Nothing more, right? 5 years from now. We haven't even had a person on the moon in what? 50 years? How long has it been?
It's been a long time.
We haven't had a single, like a human hasn't landed on the moon in a long time. But what we're going to do is we're going to spend billions and billions of dollars. I thought we wanted to save money. Yeah. I thought we wanted to better spend our money. I thought we wanted to doge the hell out of everything.
And that's our nukes as far as the U.S. goes?
Oh, well, nuclear reactor is what they want to build up on the moon. Yes, this would be the United States and NASA.
Imagine what the moon's going to look like when all the other continents and countries want to do the same.
That's what China wants to do.
It's going to be beautiful.
Nobody else can really get there just yet. But there will be a move, just like flags. You put all your flags on there. You put your little nuke reactor on the moon.
The last person to walk on the moon was the Apollo 17 mission. That was Eugene Cernan.
All right,
and that was in December of 1972.
1972. Over 50 years.
Almost 53 years.
Almost 53 years. We haven't had a person on the moon, and we're going to have a nuclear reactor operating in 5 years.
What's the point?
Nothing. They're like, well,
what does a nuclear reactor give us?
Interstellar travel refueling.
Ooh. Sounds fun.
Yeah, maybe that's not a next 5 years plan for us. Right? Like when I walk around and I see the issues, the problems, governmental problems.
So like a Wawa.
Kind of like a Wawa. Yeah, I mean, a little different, but kind of like a Wawa. When I see all the issues going on out there, I don't think
we'll have curbside pickup.
There won't be anybody there,
Will Uber Eats be allowed to be involved eventually?
It'll melt down on its own on the moon, and we'll have wasted a bunch of money and time on this, pretending like we're doing something that we're not doing.
When the Coke Zero runs out, how long are we talking until more Coke Zero?
Yeah, but then you can go to Cherry Coke Zero.
I'm going to lose it. This is never happening. It's not happening.
Mills Hayes is here with those details. Okay,
Tell us, Mills,
give us the latest and also what's at stake with being the first.
Good morning, Marky. Details still very limited right now. Politico reporting that this is something that's been discussed before, but this new directive would set a firm timeline for the first time.
By the way, they knew that this would never be turned down by Trump. They knew that they would never go into the White House and go, we're thinking about putting a nuclear reactor on the moon. And Trump, is Trump going to say no to that? Trump's going to be like, I could be the president that puts a nuclear reactor on the moon. Sign me up.
Except he won't be the president that puts a nuclear reactor on the moon.
It's just going to take forever.
His term will be over.
You don't know what his real ambitions are just yet, my friend. But I think that he would be at least the guy who started the plan to get the nuclear reactor on the moon. Again, it's not going to happen, so we don't have to worry about that as much. It's not a real thing. This is a fantasy world that we're talking about here, for God's sake.
The United States is one step closer to extended stays on the moon and to space exploration even beyond. Politico is reporting that Secretary Sean Duffy is going to announce plans to build a nuclear reactor on the moon. NASA had been working towards having a 40-kilowatt reactor on the moon, but Duffy's plan is reportedly to get proposals for a 100-kilowatt reactor to launch by 2030.
All right, what is that in comparison to like a nuke facility that powers like FP&L? FP&L nuke size.
100 kilowatt?
Yeah. Was it 100,000? Oh, no. Let me go back because I want to get this right. I want to see what they said. All right.
On the moon, but Duffy's plan is reportedly to get proposals for a 100-kilowatt reactor.
All right, 100-kilowatt reactor. What are we talking about? I know it costs billions and billions. It said around 10, maybe more $billion this thing will cost if they get this nuclear reactor on the moon. Seems like a waste of money. I could find better uses for it. You know, until everybody has insurance.
Does not seem like much.
It's not pathetic little nuclear facility. Is that what it is? What is it in comparison?
Okay, so I mean, off the bat, examples, and maybe Google's getting it wrong. Electric vehicle charging, a high-power EV charging station might deliver over 100 kilowatts of power.
Wait, hold on. That can't be right. We're not putting a Tesla station on the moon, are we?
A small business or building might use 100 kilowatts for a large HVAC system.
Yeah. This is starting to sound more like a charger.
It is, dude.
A little charger
for one
on
Tesla?
The moon. For $10 billion, we're putting a charger on the moon.
Each of the 4 reactors at Chernobyl was designed to produce 1,000 megawatts of electrical power, which is the equivalent to 1 gigawatt.
Okay. Yeah.
Which is only 0.21 away from what you need to travel through time.
So this is not even going to be impressive if they did it. We'd spend all this money and they'd be like, congrats. Now.
How was his lumberjacking? No.
This is what he's up to. This is what they all want to do. Even some NASA nerds think this is a good idea. I think we should stop. I think this is crazy. I think we need to fix things on planet Earth and in the United States of America before we start spending $10 billion on a moon reactor. Maybe I'm crazy. Let me know what you think. Send us a dispatch. That's one of the ways you can join us on the show. Record your video or audio dispatch over on the website. That's thenewsjunkie.com, thenewsjunkie.com. If you're a little shy and you want to talk about whether or not we should put a nuke reactor on the moon, but you don't want your voice to be on air or you don't want to be on video for the stream, that's fine too. You can send an email, and if you want to be anonymous, put that up on top. Send your email feedback during the show to tips, TIPS, at thenewsjunkie.com. This is a dumb idea, though. It truly is.
Somebody says I have a 24 kilowatt generator on my home.
And so this would be
1/24 of that.
Yeah. What's the point? And if that's the case, why can't we just launch one with a slingshot or something? We have to spend $10 billion to put the tiniest little nuclear plant on the moon. I just don't think you're going to win me over on an argument here. I don't think that I'll be convinced that this is a good use of money, resources, time, or anything else. I think we have the perfect planet. We found one, baby. Some parts are a little warm, some parts are a little too cold, but mostly it's just real comfy for us human beings. And all we have to do is maybe try to get along a little better, use our resources better, and just make this a great place instead of worrying about the moon. All right, let me know what you think. Send a dispatcher an email, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. When we come back, we'll get some updates on what's happening with the fight over these redistricting maps very quickly. I'll work that in. We got to talk about Rod Stewart at some point in time. He's getting in trouble. When we return, though, I want to talk about there was recently a pretty large questionnaire that they put out there to the general public that asked you, hey, I know you hate all these people, but who do you actually like? Who do you actually like out there? The answers were pretty surprising to this, and I want to go over it briefly. We'll do that. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
This weekend, Real Radio 104.1 smells like the 90s. Classic alternative this weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
Alongside with some frequent lightning, heavy rain, and also some gusty winds that will be possible. It'll be hot and humid until those showers and storms arrive. Temperatures warming into the mid-90s, about a 60% chance of rain this afternoon. Higher chances as we get closer towards the end of this week and into the weekend. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Stay connected and stay productive with Rapid Radios. Business owners trust Rapid Radios for instant, reliable team communication with nationwide LTE coverage, push-to-talk convenience, and room for up to 200 units on one feed. Keeping connected's never been easier.
Order now at rapidradios.com.
When you enter a place of business, you're owed a legal duty, that the place of business is safe for you to shop in. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you suffered an injury at a place of business, our duty is to protect you after that harm. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.com.
Buying a house or selling yours? The Nickley Group makes it as easy as ABC. And 1, 2, oh, and fast.
Hello! Muted it and then unmuted it? I don't know. I don't know what it would take to reboot that as a source, you know what I mean? But that would probably do it. Maybe, I don't even know. Okay. Let me know what happened. Hello! Skull Mike! Folks, behind the scenes I've been working on my new short form video template, which is going to lead to me doing a video on whatever the biggest story of the day is each day on all platforms to build up the social following of the show. I've got that about 90% dialed in after a silly test video I did yesterday. When that's done, hopefully today, I'm going to be sending out all of your pins, your No Shit Warlock pins, your Skin Bear stickers, your random magnets, everybody who's gifted subs or subscribed, all of that, I'll start processing today, tomorrow, and later into the week. So thank you for your patience. Hey, Tanya. How you doing, Tanya? My solar panels produced 1,188 kilowatts in the month of July. Nice. Should we build a nuclear reactor on the moon?
Yeah.
Where do you want it?
Not on the moon.
Where do you want it instead?
I don't know.
I have to put it somewhere.
I don't know. I don't like space stuff.
Okay. Would you push a button to take 5 years away from a stranger and give it to me?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
I would do it for you too.
Thank you, baby.
All right.
Love you.
Be safe out there. Are you leaving?
Yeah.
Okay. Keep it greasy.
I'm gonna keep it breezy.
Keep it breezy then. Fine. Whatever. Bye. Less than 90 seconds. Is Courtney coming to the poker tournament? She generally does. I think she is, yes. Of course, there's also the news about the asteroid headed to the moon. Something like a 4% chance it could hit. Yeah, we talked about that last week, I think, for a bit. Wouldn't that be a bitch? I don't think the nuclear reactor is going to help us out much. We need that moon. All right, we're coming back in 40 seconds.
Testosterone. It'll give you more energy, greater focus, better sleep, and lean muscle mass, and you're also going to have a better sex.
Dull Mike, what's happening, friends? Hello. Nice to see YouTube is back in the chat today. What's happening? Tanya, Kevin, All Day Yuckers, Jason, Zach, HD Afterbirth, one hell of a punk show. Avanasara. You Fresh Rocks, that's a pretty sweet little emoji you have there. Oh, hello.
If you're not confused,
Night Nurse.
you are not paying attention.
Last night was hibachi night, so there was a lot of that voice. Oh, how's everybody doing today? Anyway, we got to go back.
This is the news.
It's the world's most viral newsroom. Learn more about the show. Go over to the website. It's thenewsjunkie.com. Thenewsjunkie.com. I saw this video. A couple people tagged me in this. I'll add this to the pile. I'm working on a video at some point, a video that I want to make about how everybody's mad and everything is fake. And this is just excellent evidence. Almost 1 million views in the last 24 hours on this video. I had people send it to me. It's been talked about like crazy online. And they go, can you believe this? Even RFK Jr. is talking about the sex toys being tossed on the court for the WNBA. Like he's at a press conference and he just brings up the WNBA sex toys controversy and weighs in on it. And it like shows you so much about how small the part of people's brains actually is that determines like, hey, is this real or is this fake? Like what should I do to determine if this piece of news that I've heard is real or fake?
Well, not everybody is as cynical as we are, Sean.
Well, but you are. Why? You are cynical because you've been inundated with stories on this show, and you know some of them are fake. Right? And you try your best not to get hoodwinked by the fake ones wherever you can. And I'm pretty good at that over the years. But I have found, and it's most notable now with all the AI slop and all this other content that you're seeing online, that there's so many people mad or whatever about stuff that is just fake. And it's a pretty good fake. I'll give it to them.
It's a circus in a war zone. I never thought I'd have to address this, but these overgrown behemoth women are just trying to airball free throws and blow layups in peace. The WNBA was never meant to be the UFC, okay?
This is, by the way, I'll remind you, not real. It's not real at all.
That's maybe the scariest AI I've seen so far because they have managed RFK Jr.'s crazy voice.
And his mouth moving inside. But I think, Sabrina, could be wrong. I think that has made it easier. I think perhaps his voice being that way maybe has made it a little easier.
Honestly, he sounds clearer as AI than he does in real life.
That was for me was like the telltale sign. I was like, he's talking a little too well.
Yeah. I mean, and somebody's saying, how is that something important? But you're proving the point. I'll say it again. This is not real. All right. Everybody's mad and everything is fake. That is the generation that we're living in right now.
The Sisterhood of Traveling Elbows has been gunning for Caitlin Clark for far too long, and now the league is using dildo mortars to finish the job.
Dildo mortars.
Here's the thing. Okay, so we see very fake stuff like this, but then there are these lines in which is the AI also coming up with these golden, like, comedic, should be written in stone, like, dildo mortar? Or is it the comedian behind it?
Dildo mortars is definitely the fireworks I want for next year's 4th of July extravaganza.
Every Saturday night, usually in my house.
That is still beyond the AI, Sabrina. That is the person with,
I would hope so.
Jokes behind it, but all these people are fooled by this. They look at any rando Twitter/X account and just go, well, this is real. It must be real.
Now the league is using dildo mortars to finish the job. Everyone thinks it's rogue fans, but the stadiums have mechanized dildo mortars with laser-guided targeting systems, and it's the WNBA executives behind it. They want to murder Caitlin Clark and the other gal. This
fooled almost 1 million
Angel
people.
Reese catching strays.
I mean, but comedy still exists in that sense. Come on now.
Mm-hmm. I'm not saying it's not funny. It's funny. It's funny. But
people
there are people
believing it. That's
there
sad.
are people who are looking at this and going, oh, this is just what a joke our government has become. And they're talking about things that they don't need to be opining on. And then other people are like, no, this is actually important. And like everybody just starts fighting and 1 million people get together and everybody has wasted their bandwidth instead of just laughing. Like we're laughing at it, having a good time because it's funny.
It is very funny, but that they are taking that in that moment as real. And all it would take is a start new tab and Google, did this press conference really happen? And it's that mass amount of people that will be the detriment to society as we know it.
But you know what? You know what actually is a true thing that happens here? A lot of people don't go beyond this.
That's crazy.
They're on Twitter/X. They're on Instagram. They're on Facebook. They're on whatever. Pick your poison of all the different social media platforms, and that is a beginning.
Facebook, Instagram,
and the
Twitter, y'all
end
see this?
of their research. That's it. They saw the thing, and
they
they're like,
should get
"That's
the
it."
internet taken away from them at least for 2 weeks. You're grounded.
It might be better for them in their lives, but very funny, but very, very fake.
I couldn't have the internet taken away from me for 2 days.
You wouldn't
Not
survive.
even 2 hours.
Could you imagine not being on the internet at all for 2 days?
Yeah, but I that's why I'm very careful with it, and I see where things are funny, and I laugh.
We're on the internet right now. I mean, you're right. It's a bit like oxygen. Of the people online that folks actually like, that's what I told you was a question that's been asked. And it's interesting, in a world of negativity, who do people actually dig right now? And here's the answer from Gallup, which is a very trusted, or mostly trusted, depending on how crazy you are, polling outlet. Among 14 prominent U.S. and global figures, Pope Leo XIV has the most positive image by far.
All right.
I want to tell you something real quick. Shouts out to the Popester. All right. Pope Leo, shouts out to Pope Leo. Here's why. I think you're the first pope I've seen in my lifetime that actually seems to be enjoying being a pope. Like,
He's just getting started.
It seems like he's having a good time. The other popes are quitting, or they're like, hey, miserable pope, and they're just sad about everything. He seems to be having a good time. I think people like that. 57% favorable rating, all right, for him, for the popester. Zelensky is looking at plus 18 overall, so more positive than negative on Zelensky's side. Bernie Sanders, that's pretty surprising amidst all of this, remains very popular. Let's look at the list. So let's see who's popular, who's not popular, who's got the favorable ratings. Pope Leo is at number 1 with 57% favorable. Zelensky, number 2 with 52% favorable. Among all of the different politicians out there, they have Bernie Sanders at 49% favorable.
Interesting.
I'll tell you why that is.
Actual elections.
He gets burned up by like the Democratic machine more than anything. But I think that's because he engages. This is a guy who goes out there and talks to people. I like Bernie Sanders.
Also, right? I think they like that picture of him. You know, it was very memeable.
The meme, yeah.
Him
the
dancing?
glove?
No. When he was at the inauguration with his gloves and his coat on, he's freezing his Bernie Sanders ass off. Too.
He's also been pretty consistent, like the entire time.
Yeah,
stands by what he believes.
He has.
Crazy.
Whether you like him or hate him, whatever, but you should. I think people should watch him speak to see what you actually think about him. You might think differently. Emmanuel Macron, the president of France, with a 30% favorable rating. By the way, this has fallen off. That's fallen off quite a bit
because of the whole wife Candace Owens thing.
No, I mean just from there, from Zelensky and Bernie Sanders, nobody is really as popular. Joe Biden's at 43.
Oh no.
Elon Musk is at 33. Trump is at 41, according to this. And Benjamin Netanyahu, the prime minister of Israel, 29%. Not doing so. I don't know if this plan to just keep bombing Gaza forever and ever, amen, is really going to help him out any. But yeah, that's where he's at. Who else is pretty high here? Anybody else? Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is only at 34. She's just barely above Elon Musk. J.D. Vance is at 38. Gavin Newsom in California is at 30. So there you go. You kind of see where people are at on that list. But the Pope Leo, top of the list, man. People like the Pope right now. They're digging this guy, at least for a bit, I guess. What do you think? Let us know. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. We got to get to the redistricting update stuff. I know that sounds boring. I'll try to make it exciting. I promise you. Well, we tell you what's going on there. There's always twists and turns along the way.
That.
You can.
Yeah.
You can. I'll have explosions noises, and I will start screaming at certain points just to make it, more palatable if possible. We also have somebody who interrupted a live news broadcast yesterday. We'll tune into that and see what they're saying and who that person is, and a lot more. It's a very busy Share the Show Tuesday. Come along with us, why don't you? And join us with the dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com. All of that coming up next on the News Junkie.
Hey, teachers, the Monsters want to party with you. Join them for a Teachers Appreciation Party August 6th, thanks to JustCallMo.com. Details at realradio.fm/party.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's an accident off to the shoulder getting cleared up on I-4 westbound near Cayley Street. It's just going to be your familiar delays on the major roadways. Slow exit there.
Hey, everybody.
Traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant.
Welcome, welcome.
Traffic tip line at 866-676-8477.
Welcome behind the scenes.
Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
We're inside the studio live during a commercial break. Let's hang out. I hope you're doing well on a Share the Show Tuesday. Hello, Snoop Frog. Hello, AJ Soup. Hello, Big Doug Millionaire. Howdy, Kurt. I am absolutely working on a video at some point. Please give it your time, give it your clicks. And my new format with my new setup and all that. It'll be a longer form video in the next month or so probably about shit like that. How everything is fake, nobody seems to get it, and people are either angry or whatever about all of this. We're living in a world where things are drastically different than they were 2 years ago. All right, less than 3 minutes and we're back.
What about my electrical?
Politics is the art of looking for trouble, finding it everywhere, diagnosing it incorrectly, and applying the wrong remedies. Groucho Marx. My favorite Marx.
Trustworthy electrician who can clearly explain how to solve any dilemma. That's the Frank Gay way.
So C-Lane didn't kiss Lube? I regret to inform you. You know more than anyone. You guys leave Nightbot alone. What did Nightbot even do? I didn't see any Nightbot posts in Mega Chat. The real Sean Watson got fired 2 months ago. This is AI. That's not true. I am the real Sean Watson. You can tell. Look in my mouth. Look. Huh? Can't fake that. Hey! 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 There. Come on, man. 90 seconds. That's exactly what AI Sean would say. True. I don't have a booger. 1 minute, we're coming back. Take a seat, get comfortable. Let's have some fun. You can't smell me from here, and if you did, it would be lovely.
As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks.
All right, here we go.
Supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad.
They said we couldn't talk about it, and we wouldn't talk about it. We're gonna talk about it right now.
That, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Are you shopping for hurricane impact windows? Get your free quote now, reeswindows.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. occupying the space between high society and prison tattoos. This is the News Junk.
Stories of the day. If you want somebody to hang out with, if you want to laugh, if you want to have a good time, if you want to learn some crazy stuff, this is the place to be. Welcome in. Learn more about the show at thenewsjunkie.com. They said I wouldn't do it. They said I wouldn't dare talk about it. But I'm here today to do it. I watched the new King of the Hill last night. Okay? I watched the brand new King of the Hill last night, and I have to tell you, it's weird. It is very, 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 very weird to watch. I don't know how I feel about this.
They've
it's
aged
uncomfortable.
some of the characters,
aged.
right? Okay.
Bobby's like an old guy on King of the Hill now. You know,
he's 21.
Yeah, but he's older than he was a kid before, and now he's like in his 20s as a hibachi chef. And then Hank Hill and Peggy Hill have come back from Saudi Arabia, where Peggy didn't learn the language, of course, and made her way back to America. And like the whole thing, we watch and I go, I'm glad we got more King of the Hill. I love King of the Hill. It's a great cartoon. Very, very well written, a lot of the episodes. Good stuff. I put it on par with like Futurama. That's a great cartoon. All right. I put it on par with choice episodes of Bob's Burgers. Now they're like kind of falling off these days. But I put it on par with all these things. But when you get something back that you haven't had for almost, like 20 years? When was the last episode of King of Hill? 2 decades ago?
Yeah.
Long time ago. When you get something back after that long.
It was 2009.
It was it? Okay.
Yeah.
This is a long time ago, okay? And when you get something back after that long, it's kind of like if your friends from your 20s just show up to your house one day randomly in your 40s. That's what it feels like. That's what King of the Hill, the reboot, feels like. It's like, oh, you guys are here. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, cool. And you try to enjoy it, and you sit back, and man, I don't know. I like that we have it. I'm happy to have more content, but it is weird. It is a little weird.
Did it end up again?
What do you mean at the end of? Oh, it's on Hulu. Yeah, okay. It's on Hulu. Yeah, the
I
reboot.
will tell you, because King of the Hill was a go-to for me growing up. Like, that was available via antenna and late night, and I remember always falling asleep to it. And then the hype that came alongside it finally getting the green light to be on Hulu. I can't tell you the amount of people who are like, you watching King of the Hill, it's back on Hulu.
I know.
They don't have a DVD player, and that was the only way I watched in the past. So I feel like that hype took whoever was behind the production of this new season and was like, see?
Mike Judge.
The elder millennials want it.
Yeah, they do. They do. And I'm sure they'll probably watch it quite a bit. I'm sure they'll watch it. I just find it when they take something away from us and then give it back after a really long time, there's an uncomfortable vibe. I want you to think about things that have been like canceled and then brought back after an odd amount of time. And when they come back, you're like, oh, cool. You're back. But everything's a little bit different. There's just like a little bit of a weird vibe to everything. If you've seen this yet, let me know. Like, for instance, Dale Gribble, the bug guy, the bug zapper guy.
Big old Dangle.
No, not him, the other guy. The guy who's like the pest control dude. He died. I think, right? Did he? No.
The guy that voiced him died.
Yeah, in real life. Oh. In real life, the voice actor died of that character. So they put somebody new in there, and it would be like if C-Lane died, and then we just said, "Well, C-Lane's still here," and somebody else was like, "Hello, I'm C-Lane." You know, if Lube snuck into the studio and he's like, "Hello, C-Lane here.
Let's
everything
talk
is good."
about 7 Days Florida.
This week in Florida is just a little different, right? That's the vibes that I get.
They had to do that with South Park, you know, and some of those women voices, even though they have gone so much longer with the new voices than they ever did with the old voice, it's still, some of it's never going to sound the same to me.
Yeah, there's just something a little off. But tell us if you saw that and what you thought, because now King of the Hill's back on Hulu. I know a lot of people were talking about that. All right, on to some things happening in the world. We're going to get to your dispatches, all of that stuff. Somebody heckled MSNBC. Let's listen in. This was during a broadcast yesterday.
Have you been able to keep tabs on what's happening there? Can you bring us an update?
We just watched the speaker gavel out with a whole lot of anger, Kelly. Here's the state of play. Here's
MSNBC sucks.
Hey, how are you?
MSNBC sucks.
Talk to you for a second.
MSNBC sucks.
Well, I don't know who this guy is, but he's got him now. He's got his arms around the side of this guy, and he's pulling him away from the broadcast. The dude who's saying MSNBC sucks.
Okay. Sometimes this happens,
Fake news.
and we understand that can happen. And while we love free speech, we're going to keep control here. So, Ryan.
Welcome. Why that? Why that? Like, why? If I'm on MSNBC and this guy interrupts my broadcast, why would I ever be like, well, yeah, we really care about free speech.
We love it.
No, there's no free speech interrupting my show. A heckler interrupting. No, is that like, imagine that? What kind of world are we living in? I would be like, that guy was a total jackass. Sorry for the interruption. We'll try to throw him behind bars where he'll spend 50 years breaking rocks on the work crew. That's what the response should be to this kind of stuff. Okay. Whenever I see these, and this guy's a loser, by the way, I know who he is. Yeah, he's an absolute loser, this guy. Earlier in the day, he was doing something in the Capitol, and then he ended up popping up behind MSNBC.
Who is it?
I don't really want to promote the name anymore, but it's a dude who's like a political troll type character.
God.
Earlier in the day,
Rumpelstiltskin.
He was at some congressional testimony thing, and they were talking about transgender people, and he was like, transgender people have a higher suicide rate, so maybe we can use them like Al-Qaeda used the suicide bombers in our military. So I actually think transgender people should be in the military. Like this is what his day was, out there just like trying to be ridiculous. So the guy's a scumbag, but I would have come at him so much harder if I was this host.
And they probably could on MSNBC. You can curse on cable, no?
They could, but I also would wonder, can you do this? This is my question. Moses might not like this. If we're doing a live broadcast and somebody starts like interrupting and like going past one of us as we're talking, could we have little poles that we touched against them to electrocute them, to shock them? I don't want to kill them. Just, can we tase somebody? Like if you hit me and come into my space, I can respond with a tase, right? Is this taseable? That's what I'm saying. What happened right here?
Have you been able to keep tabs on what's happening there? Can you bring us an update?
Watch the physical contact.
We just watched the speaker gavel out with a whole lot of anger, Kelly. Here's the state of play. Here's
MSNBC sucks.
Hey, how are you?
MSNBC sucks.
Talk to you for a second.
MSNBC sucks.
You can see.
Okay.
You can see the frustration.
He didn't really touch him enough, I don't think, to
Actually,
warrant a
it was
legal
the
tasing.
Reporter that touched him first, but it was a nice little light chest tap.
Yeah, I mean, I would have dunked this guy.
Now,
I think that's the best handle.
I wish I had the time to send you the beautiful YouTube, I think on TikTok at this point, collaboration of news reporters who have had a similar situation, but they have shoved people onto the floor, punch them in the face, and they go right back to where they were.
Yeah,
to get them out of the shot.
Yeah, but is that not fair?
I'm not saying it's unfair. I just say it would be, that person did it very, very professionally and kindly. Well, I personally, in that moment, might have shoved him.
Is there not some sort of like power vested in me by the FCC to continue on with a broadcast where I get to punch somebody?
Or maybe now you have to electric fence around the reporter.
People already clutch pearls over stuff like this. You cannot touch him. Assault, says Sunstate John. I know, but here's the problem. I want to assault some people, right? Yeah, I want to assault some people.
But want is different than finding the moment in which you need to.
Oh, the only thing that matters in life is it worth it? You know what I mean? Like, this person could come up to me during a broadcast
I do remember
and do that. And if I thought that I could respond with some sort of physicality, like smashing the microphone into their face, I would probably do that. You know why? Because Just like, and he should know this. This guy should know this, this right-wing provocateur. He should know this. He should know this. What does he say? And he's right about this. Whenever you have people out there breaking the law over and over and over, like with the Tesla stuff when they were going nuts, I guarantee I could find an audio clip of him saying, arrest these people and you'll stop it. Arrest these people and it won't happen anymore. Punch these people and it'll stop. And that's it. It will stop just like that. And eventually, everyone will come around to understanding that this is the way. This is the way. There's a point in your life, I was at that point before, where you're like, free speech is so important. Is like, and then I outlined from time to time on the show. Well, let's say there was somebody outside of my house on public property, and they were like, Sean's mom's dead. Sean's mom's dead. And they were like, just like horrific.
I did that one time, and, you know,
horrific.
Never forget it.
And
it was her
and
funeral,
you were like,
though. That was really messed up.
Sean, this is free speech. These people are, this is how it works. It's the good and the bad. I'm like, yeah, it's the good and the bad. And I want the government to handle that stuff. But I want to assault some people. I want to assault them. Right? When there's lines that are crossed. Like, I saw somebody the other day. I don't want to go in too much detail about who this was or what it was about. But I saw a post online about somebody in a world that we do deal with here on the show, where people who listen to the show think they're very close to the show, and of course you are, write basically what is fan fiction about the show, and they'll be like, oh, no, you don't know. Here's what's going on behind the scenes. Here's what's happening. And I saw somebody online writing this about a person and their kid and all sorts of just horrible made-up things. And I thought, if that was me, there's no limit to the things I would be okay with doing to that person. You understand what I'm saying? Like, there are links that people can go, things that they can say, where for me, we've now reached a part where it's morally okay for me to just slap the hell out of you. And the cops can come get me. That they probably will. They'd probably be happy to do that. But I'll feel good about myself at the end of the day. Like, let's say somebody starts heckling your wife in public, and you say, well, freedom of speech, they're allowed to. What kind of man are you if you don't respond to that by just slapping the hell out of the person who's doing it? You know what I mean? I absolutely believe that a lot of people would do this, or maybe some people are scared to do it. Sometimes it's a big risk. You'll worry like you'll upend your life and stuff. For me, it's a no-brainer. I would absolutely respond that way. But tell us how you feel. Send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Thenewsjunkie.com right now. All right, let's see what we got. A couple of people joining in on the show. Nukes on the Moon. A bunch of people responding to that. Mark says, okay, let's just tie an electric cord to a rocket. It would have to be a long one. I'm glad you're not in charge of making any of these decisions. So the Nukes on the Moon. I haven't heard a good argument in favor of that one just yet, but I'm waiting for yours. Sport to tips@thenewsjunkie.com says, so the button game takes 5 years from somebody's life and gives it to a loved one. Can you imagine if Sean hits the button and Sabrina doesn't hit the button and C-Lane hits the button and then a funny twist happens and 10 years gets taken from Sabrina's life? Well, that couldn't happen.
Yeah, it's a complete stranger.
Yeah, yes, it's somebody you'll never know, that you'll never meet, complete stranger, just another rando person on Earth. Could be anywhere on the planet. Could be anywhere, in any situation. That would be sick and twisted but funny. Keep up the work. Thank you for the email. And you could join us with your dispatches. As I said, a lot of people talking about different things that we've discussed. Here is Steve-O, who says, Sean, you're wrong. All right, we'll give you a shot, Steve-O.
Hey, News Junkie. Sean, you're a hypocrite because you're an organ donator, so you're giving strangers more than 5 years to live, and you don't know them. So what are you talking about, dude? That's why I don't donate no organs, because they ain't going to kill me first and then ask later.
Man, that was a lot of dumb in a couple of sentences. Being an organ donor is not at odds with that decision at all. Being an organ donor is saying, I don't need these things. Let me see if they could do any good. And me paying people back for things that I've gotten in my life. That's the reason I come to that conclusion. But all right, thank you. Fire off your dispatch just like that. You'll see there's still a modicum, a tiny amount of free speech allowed around here.
People still think that the doctors make decisions based on whether or not you're an organ donor.
Yeah, there has been...
Of course. Zero proof, though, right? Or no?
Well, we did just have a story about this, right? The guy who woke up in the middle of the organ harvesting process. It's very, very rare. And I think usually when it happens, like somebody wakes up and they're like, oh, my God, they're alive. And like lady wakes up at her own funeral. What you never see is the follow-up that she dies again like 5 minutes later.
Right.
The
story we just heard was, unless I heard it wrong, the doctors refused to go through with the organ harvesting process because they're like, this guy seems a little too awake.
Yeah.
Like seems kind of alive to us.
It's not like he woke up and the doctor has like a deer in the headlights look as he's holding your liver like,
did you want me? Yellow Jack on YouTube says, not mentioning that guy's name is weird and a backwards move. He isn't a mass shooter. Why are you trying to prevent people from knowing who he is? Gatekeeping isn't, and then he got cut off. Okay. Thank you for your input, sir. Words of wisdom. I'll truly take that to heart. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will get into something that's happening to your parents that you need to know about. If you care about your parents, you want to focus in on this. We'll talk about the state redistricting thing. I'm going to try to make that interesting for you, as I promised. Sealand, you can start yawning when it gets boring, and we'll move on to the next thing. And much more, including your feedback, is all on the way. And it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Inter Miami comes to town to play Orlando City this Sunday. Will Lionel Messi play? Be there to find out. Your chance to win tickets happens later today on the Jim Colbert Show. Today at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
There's a crash getting cleared up on the ramp from I-4 westbound to Michigan Street, and accidents reported on Orange Blossom Trail at Principal Row. There's no surprises on the major roadways this afternoon affecting your ride. It's just going to be some familiar delays on I-4 eastbound. There's slowdowns between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radio.
Stay connected when it matters most. Be prepared with Rapid Radio's walkie-talkies.
Hello, everybody.
Real Radio Texas Hold'em Charity Poker Tournament presented by Injured on the Go. JustCallMo.com.
Gatekeeper in Chief reporting for duty.
We can still raise money for the mustard seed of Central Florida. If you and your business want to help, you can by donating a prize or service for our silent auction.
Ryan says, yeah, we're all on the edge of the seat for that guy's name. Why should hecklers ever get so much attention? All right, and if you like that guy, when Ron DeSantis is doing a press conference and some absolute nut job starts screaming out a bunch of stuff like, alligator, Alcatraz is a concentration camp. Should we stop what's going on and get in depth with that person? Do you care about that person? Do you want to? No, you don't care. Come on, you don't care. A couple of minutes and we're back live on the show. I hope everybody's having a good day. Sean, are you ever scared of swearing on air because you can swear on YouTube? People ask that question a lot, and the answer is almost always like, in this room, I do this show, which is broadcast on radio stations, and the FCC has rules and regulations. And I also do secret shows, which is completely and totally uncensored. And there's, with very few exceptions, you understand what you're doing in the moment. It's like saying, if you're a NASCAR driver, when you're driving in your own car, do you ever go too fast and break the speed limit? It's like, no, you kind of separate the two. Hi, Tanya. High five. Tanya's the best. Tanya's a real winner. She's the best. We love Tanya around here. I cuss around kids because I forget. Everybody runs into that. I just know between the hours of 11 to 3 p.m. EST, Monday through Friday, doing this show on these radio stations, don't say these words. And if I do, which I have before, many times, then say, dump that. It's the reason why right now I'm talking to you live. This is, as I'm saying this, there's a very minor delay. It's going through our system, and I'm seeing you here in the studio, right? And I'm seeing your chat live. But when I go back over there, we kick up like a 16-second delay. And then we take the audio back and match it on a delay. So we can dump stuff. Hi, Tammy. We love Tammy around here. Everybody who's new around here, first of all, hello, welcome to the show. It's called The News Junkie. Welcome to the world's most viral newsroom. Okay? Now, click subscribe if you'd like to hang out with us each day. You get to know everybody. We have fun. We go nuts. And I think you might want to come along for the ride. So do hit subscribe. And at the very least, on a Share the Show Tuesday, hit that like button. Back in 2 minutes. Back live in 2 minutes.
Oh no, stomach issues again? Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, and loose oily stools.
I don't know who the heckler was because you didn't tell us. I think he is dumb, but so is gatekeeping information. Bro, it's not fucking gatekeeping. How weird are you? It's not gatekeeping. That's not what gatekeeping is. Gatekeeping is like, I found this great thing and it's a great resource and it makes me better and makes me better at what I do, but I'm not going to allow you to have access to the same thing because I don't want you to improve your life. I'm going to gatekeep you from that improvement. That's what gatekeeping is. Okay? Remember that girl who gatekept you from her vagina? Like, you can't just use the word however you want. It doesn't make any sense. 90 seconds and we're back live. This is not gatekeeping, it's just time management. True! How is Sean supposed to know the dude's name? Because I know stuff like this, and I do know it. But we'll all be better off. All right, we're coming back in 1 minute. Don't want to gatekeep you from the show anymore.
This is complicated, especially when your small business or professional practice is involved. At Cordell & Cordell,
okay.
These assets raise unique valuation and allocation issues.
Coming back live now.
Small business or professional practice is involved. At Cordell & Cordell, we understand that these assets raise unique valuation and allocation issues. For 35 years, we've helped doctors, lawyers, and small business owners navigate divorce with confidence. Call us at Cordell & Cordell. Let me tell you, I understand on a personal level, your business is much more than a job. It's your legacy.
Orlando, Florida. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois. CordellCordell.com.
This is the Shock Incarceration Podcast. What would you do if one bad decision forced you to choose between a maximum security prison or the most brutal boot camp designed to be hell on earth? Unfortunately for Mark Lombardo, this was the choice he faced.
He said, "You are a number, a New York State number, and we own you."
Listen to Shock Incarceration on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Shock Incarceration and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
Reese Impact Windows are guaranteed for life and transferable when you sell. ReeseWindows.com.
Dispensing unsolicited advice on a wide range of pointless topics.
Tuesday, that's when you spread the word about this show. Tell somebody, hey, you know what? You're looking for something different. You don't want the same 5 songs over and over and over again. I don't care what radio station it is. They're playing the same 5 songs over and over and over again. We never talk about the same thing. I mean, we do, like sometimes we do, but mostly it's just new stuff all the time. And we're here to hang out with you each day. So come along for the ride. Learn more at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, a couple of things worth mentioning here. One is it may get more expensive for people to come to the United States of America. And I saw this story yesterday. I was kind of looking into what was going on. But if people from abroad are headed over to the United States, especially if they're from certain countries, they're going to have to pay more money. And the story from the Associated Press, I think, is fair enough. It says State Department may require visa applicants. These are people that are from countries where they're worried about them overstaying their visa. They have to post a bond of up to $15,000 to enter the United States of America.
Oh, just a cool $15K.
How much is it now?
I don't know if it's anything now. I don't know if it's anything. This says the State Department is proposing requiring applicants for business and tourist visas to post a bond of up to $15,000 to enter the United States, a move that may make the process unaffordable for many. In a notice to be published on Tuesday, the department said it would start a 12-month pilot program. And some people from these countries that have high overstay rates, like there's some countries in Africa where the amount of people that overstay their visas to the United States is like 12, 13, 14%. So more than 1 out of 10 of these people who comes to the U.S. is just like, yep, guess what? Not going anywhere now. I'm staying here. And because of that, they're saying, well, if you want to fly over to the United States on a visa from those countries, you got to give us $5,000 or $10,000 or $15,000 to ensure that you're not just going to overstay your visa.
Is any time, this might be a dumb question, but is any time you visit another country on a visa?
I think it depends on how long you go for and what country you're coming from.
There's like travel visas, student visas. A neighbor, their kid is about to move to China to go to school there. And they had a 10-year visa, but they had to switch that to a student visa. And China gave them 30 days upon that application that you had to be there. And them explaining it while I'm across the street with Carl in my hands, I'm like, that was very complicated.
Stressful.
Just a bit. So visas is a fickle beast.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. But most countries do not make you put this much money down. The idea here is like, if you're going to overstay, you're going to pay. If you're going to overstay your visa, we may still hunt you out and get you, but you're going to pay some money for making your way into the United States to make sure that you don't overstay your welcome.
Do you get the money back if you leave?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The bond would not apply to citizens of countries enrolled in the Visa Waiver Program, which enables travel for business or tourism up to 90 days. The majority of the 42 countries enrolled in the program are in Europe, with others in Asia, the Middle East, and elsewhere. There's also some other things they're saying. As of August 1st or something, a lot of people will have to pay $250 when they're entering the United States, and they only get their $250 back when they actually leave. So we're trying to make sure people don't stick around a little too long and overstay their welcome. What do you think? Let us know. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. When your loved ones get old, I want to ask you a question about that time. And ahead of time, Sealand and Sabrina, there is no wrong answer.
Okay.
To this. There is no wrong answer. People will judge, perhaps, but I don't believe there is any. I actually have pretty radical ideas on this, but if you have somebody who you love and they're getting up there in age, do you think it's okay to put them in a nursing home? Are you okay with that?
Am I okay with putting
somebody like so
versus
your mother,
them like they're moving into my house and I am now in full care?
Yes.
I think it's okay. However, and I know that this is kind of based on, unfortunately, where you're at financially, but I would like to have a good idea and vet, as one would say, the nursing home because elder abuse.
All right, good. Keep that in mind because that's going to come back into play in a second here. C-Line, would you be okay, like your mother, your father or something, going to a nursing home as opposed to like staying with you and you're going to take care of them? Are nursing homes okay?
Yeah, it would depend on the situation, but I would probably lean away from it.
Really? You would lean to taking your family into your house and like
quite reluctantly, yes.
Really? Okay. All right, good. A lot of people chiming in on this. Somebody says, you fun to write girl says, I will take care of my stepdad and I will send my mom to a home. People have drawn some lines in the sand. And Sean probably, oh no, it's a different thing. Hang on.
Crazy drunk cat lady says, I do threaten my mom to keep her in line. I like that. It's not a terrible idea.
It depends on how they treated you growing up. That's fair too. I think that's totally fine. So, all right, C-Lane says he would maybe opt against the nursing home. Sabrina says for it, but she's going to try to find a nice one. I asked for a different reason. I'm going to get to a different question here. My opinion on this is really probably fairly extreme when I think that even if you have children who require an insanely high level of attention, utilizing services like this to help you even raise your children is okay. I think is an acceptable thing that you shouldn't be ashamed of. I see people like this all the time. There was a celebrity not that long ago. I think it was Colin Farrell. Colin Farrell has a child who was born with some pretty significant disabilities. And make sure that's right, C-Lane. I don't want to be just throwing his name out there. I think it was Colin Farrell, disabled child or something. And he and his wife had a facility that they have their kids stay at a lot where the kid gets all the specialized help that they need. And a lot of people looked at that and were like, how could you do this? You're abandoning your family member. And I thought that seems totally fine to me. That seems absolutely fine. If you have the resources to do that kind of stuff. Was it Colin Farrell or did I just make his name up?
It has Angelman syndrome.
Okay.
So I've never heard of
that.
Yeah.
Angelman syndrome? Okay. Angelman.
The Irish actor held back tears while giving insight into his life with his 20-year-old son, James, and opening up about the Colin Farrell Foundation, which aims to provide support for adult children with intellectual disabilities. Created the foundation in honor of James, whom he shares with his ex. James was diagnosed with Angelman syndrome, a rare neurogenetic disorder that causes delayed development and problems with movement, speech, and balance.
Wow. Okay. I'd not even heard of that before. But they have a facility where they like help them with this kid because otherwise I see parents who pour themselves into this and you're amazing people for doing it. A lot of people don't have that in them. When you have a child that may have some serious issues, you might need some additional help. So people have different ways of thinking about this. I acknowledge I'm pretty radical on that front in terms of my opinion. But now, let's say your family member is going to this nursing home, Sabrina. You've done the research. You've checked it out.
Mm-hmm.
This story from Market Watch is talking about the future of these nursing homes. And they're saying future nursing homes will be run by artificial intelligence and robots.
Yeah, good luck.
Many residents will have robot pets and robot dogs and other robots to keep them comfortable and to make them feel at home at the nursing home.
All right.
They'll use AI and smart computers to track, even to anticipate medical needs of these people. It will alert on-site nursing staff at the first sign of distress. AI will run the nursing home, and it will be full of robots. A yes or a no on that with your loved one?
I mean, what you described when you said they're running it is two different things. I'm just going to be real about it. The idea that there are AI that is going to anticipate if there's a medical need, or at least get an idea of the old person and what's going to happen. The idea of company, actually, I think is fantastic. I remember there was a nursing home I went to visit. An ex of mine, their grandma was in a nursing home, only because physically they had to be mentally okay. But their roommate, not mentally all right, and they loved the baby doll. And it was an old, crusty baby doll.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Boy,
I've seen
if
it.
you took away the baby doll, it was all hell breaks loose. Now imagine something that interacts, that has the patience for it, because patience doesn't exist in AI.
Yeah.
Now, everything else, there absolutely needs to be medical staff on site. And that is without question when it comes to if I make the decision if I'm bringing my loved ones to a nursing home.
It seems dystopian. Maybe it's just how the future is going to work. Maybe it's like, all right, the old people get watched by the robots. We don't have to do this anymore. Maybe that's just the normal thing moving forward. And we'll look back, we'll go, damn, wasn't that weird when we like babysat the old people? Maybe that seems like the weird thing. I don't know, but I think people will have issues with this. I think they'll take issues. Whenever I think about nursing homes and stuff like this, I go back to when I had the water delivery job, and I worked at lovely Carolina Mountain Water. Shouts out to Carolina Mountain Water. Delicious stuff. Grab it when you get a chance. And
you still got the Carolina Mountain Water? They still kicking?
Bet your ass. Yeah, they're out there somewhere. And we delivered to all sorts of places. One of the places I delivered to was an assisted living facility. I was like, oh, man, here we go. We're going to go into this place. But it was an assisted living facility for really rich people in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida.
Gotcha.
Like around that area. And when I drove in and I'm going to drop off these water bottles, I go into like this big atrium. And then there's they were all like just about to have lunch. So there's this huge cafeteria with all you can eat food, like whatever you wanted, and like soda fountains, and it was like it had everything. And I went into the woman's room, and she had like her whole little like setup there. She's talking to a couple of her friends, and I go, "This is fantastic! I think I want to live in an assisted living facility." And then I believe I found out afterwards it was like $130,000 a year to put somebody in one of like the nice places are more expensive. Maybe the robots make it cheaper.
Aside at all, or this is now coming out of your loved ones' pockets that are putting you there?
Depends. It depends on if you have like some sort of insurance to help pay for it, or like other things that would help you. But it's expensive. It's expensive.
Throw me off a cliff, please.
I mean, it's a big question. Would you let your family member at a nursing home where AI was running the show, where robots were taking over? Or would you feel like I'm just shoving this person off? C-Lane would rather have his loved one in the house. He'd rather not push them off onto somebody else. Those are just different decisions. And I want to see what you think. What would you do? Robo nursing homes, AI nursing homes, yay or nay? Give us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. When we come back, the next episode with Sabrina, what's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? An update on P. Diddy's bond, and it's all about the Benjamins, baby. Dyke. What? I wanted to say not and psych at the same time, and I said Dyke.
Yeah.
Katy Perry may have kissed a girl, but ain't nothing compared to her incapacitating a girl on her stage. Full fainted. Plus, Rod Stewart, take away access to AI immediately, please. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James McGill and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey, Central Florida, and happy Tuesday. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And for today, we are going to be expecting hot and humid temperatures once again, a high of around 95 degrees today in Orlando. It will feel closer, though, to the low 100s once we do factor in that high humidity. We'll also see the return of some scattered afternoon showers and storms, about a 60% chance, with most of these happening into the mid to late afternoon and evening hours. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by the Florida Department of Transportation. Good news, I-4 drivers. The Darrell Carter Parkway interchange is now open, bringing a new connection to I-4 and helping to ease congestion at nearby interchanges. Learn more at i4beyond.com/Darrell Carter.
Let me tell you, one of my favorite things about America is the small businesses that really are the lifeblood of this country. Those great local businesses that you feel good about supporting. And you also feel like you get a great deal from them. It's one of those things you want to tell all of your friends about. And that's how I feel about Mills Air, a company that is locally owned and operated, family owned and operated, a company that is going to do right by you. So I'm happy to tell you that when your AC has a problem, just remember to call Mills Air. You're not going to regret it. Their techs are the best of the best. They're really, really top-notch people, and they're going to help you out no matter what your AC situation is. If you need a new Carrier unit, they'll get you huge rebates. Why would you leave that money on the table? Mills Air has it for you. You could always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you could always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Give them a call at 407-277-1159. 407-277-1159. Or when you have your hand in front of the vent, you feel it's a little bit warmer than it should be, you know there's a problem, remember to find them online at millsair.com.
Hey, everybody, Jim Colbert here for Life Imaging FLA. I think we can all come up with a million excuses to...
Go on.
This scan from Life Imaging FLA seems like a no-brainer. That's right. Be proactive, not reactive. Don't wait for that.
Chat. I'm so logically correct and consistent in the stranger button situation and hypothetical. Those of you who still remain unconvinced, let me toss this at you. You walk into a room. In the room is one table. One table with one red button and a simple set of instructions. That table, you walk up to it. You see that the instructions are speaking of the red button and what it does. If you hit the red button one time, it takes 5 years away from a random stranger's life. If you hit it 2 times, it takes 5 years away from your partner's life. You're hitting it on the stranger every time, right? The idea of this hypothetical is to show you that you, despite the fact that you think you're such an empathetic person and you're so much nicer and sweeter than everybody else, you don't actually feel that way when it comes down to it. And you would make a decision to favor, in almost all cases, the people that you love and that you care about, that you surround yourself with in your life, and some rando who you're never going to meet ever. You're always going to choose your loved ones. And you should.
You heard it here. Switch to Spectrum now. Stay connected and stay productive with Rapid Radio's business.
1 minute. We're coming back live.
Reliable team communication with nationwide LTE.
We're getting your brains moving today. And I like that. I like getting your brain moving. It's the key thing. I would hit it once if I got to pick who lost 5 years of their life, but not some random person. What if it's a child? It doesn't matter. So you're going to say, what if it's a child? I'd rather my husband lose 5 years? No way. If so, good luck being alone for the rest of your life. Sorry. All right, folks. Coming back with the next episode right now. Here we go.
Powered by Donors Choose. Nominate an outstanding teacher in your life to be among the winners of $5,000 to stock their classroom at iHeartRadio.com/teachers.
You can't be stopped with Unstoppable's laundry scent boosters because they give your clothes 24-hour nonstop freshness. So even on your longest nonstop days, you'll be confident in smelling fresh all day long. Try now for as low as $5 and smell unstoppable.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Mainlining today's top stories. You're listening to the news junkie, Sean Watson.
In the world of entertainment and beyond. So good to hear from you today. We'll get to more of your dispatches, video and audio dispatches. They're locked and loaded and ready to go in the second half of the show. Right now, it's time, friends. Let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Because my husband would have never done that. He would never knowingly done anything like that.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina. Hey,
smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don, thatmortgageguyDon.com, and of course, the Home Loans Radio Show. That Mortgage Guy Don literally is looking out for you. If you're making those confusing first steps when it comes to refinancing or buying a first-stream home, debt consolidation, maybe you're starting a business. Work with someone who's got your back, who knows how this all works, but is not going to screw you over. Instead, he's going to explain the process because he wants you to know how it works. Start it today by going to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
It was a mere 33 years ago, 1992. The amazing drummer from this group right here.
Toto.
Toto is right. And it was on this day, unfortunately, that the drummer Jeff Porcaro dropped dead in his front yard while spraying insecticide. It's the bug stuff.
Insecticide is keeping something else away.
How do you say insecticide?
Yeah.
So I spray the insecticide everywhere. You just can't be too sure.
No, it all makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
At first,
What?
everyone thought an allergic reaction from the poison had triggered a heart attack, but the autopsy revealed that his arteries actually were all hardened from cocaine.
Mm-hmm.
That's a whoopsie daisy.
Yeah,
that'll harden your arteries?
Yeah, Bolivian marching powder is what they call it these days.
Somebody hit the button on him.
Which
That's
button?
what
Oh,
happened.
the 5.
Mm-hmm.
But now that loved one lives to see another 5 years. But of course, it might have been during those reigns of glory that Toto had with Africa. And
Yeah, it's a good song.
Rosanna.
Mm-hmm.
And
Those are the only ones I know.
Africa.
Hold the line.
Oh, hold
Hold
the line.
the
Ceiling always
line.
mentions hold the line. Yeah, yeah.
let's go ahead and catch up with them and see how they're doing these days, shall we? Sean,
All right.
I sent you the link. I believe it was the first one out of the 3 other videos I sent you.
Okay.
I'm not completely sure of the date, but boy, as soon as I saw it on my Instagram feed, I said, I've got to pull it.
Okay.
It is titled, A Friend of Mine Asked Me Why Toto Chose Joseph Williams and not Bobby for the reunion some years ago. Bobby Kimball of Toto is a full several lines behind this concert as well as off key. So much so, and my favorite part at the end of it, the bassist is just like, okay, I'll be off key as well.
Damn, I thought they were known for being really slick and like on point, but all right. Is that whoever's filming laughing into the camera?
Oh, no, that was me laughing.
Oh, was it?
I'm sorry.
I thought it was somebody just doing like an evil laugh into the camera.
All the other paid musicians are trying to figure out what's happening.
They're trying to send a little message over to him, like, buddy.
I think they've turned out his keyboards at that point.
Oh, really?
But then it's the bassist that really hits this awesome solo right at the end.
Okay.
Seven figures? What was Diddy trying to get out of as far as bond goes? Because he's pitched something before the trial.
Oh, do you mean the amount of money he would put up?
As of late, he was like, oh, okay, I'll do this at least until sentencing.
I thought he said 50 million, but I might be wrong. I don't know. It was a lot.
Well, don't matter because he will remain in jail until sentencing. Judge has
50 mil.
denied the renewed bail request. And we now wait until October.
Even though victim number 3 wrote that that really great review on how he needs to get back to being a family man.
We've been through stuff, but he's also been there and influential. And this is from their lawyers. Thank you. I'm victim number 3. June, I'm sorry.
I mean, I know how this looks. Listen, obviously you don't get a name like victim number 3 without a couple bumps in the road.
Of course, but here I am to give you this letter, and it is long, and let's hope for the best here. The judge disagreed, said that Combs fails to satisfy his burden to demonstrate an entitlement to release. He noted that increasing the bond or adding conditions doesn't change the calculus. Bringing up Combs' violence.
I always found him pretty good at demonstrating entitlement.
I thought he was pretty good at calculus. I mean, that amount of bottles and the amount of money he made and Ciroc and all that jazz. They say that he's going to have to stay in jail. And in this decision, the judge also wrote that Combs doesn't contest that detention is mandatory for his crimes of conviction.
For how long did you say? When's that hearing?
October, to be exact, 3rd.
All right.
Oh, and he's going to get the 10 months credit, though, for time served.
Something tells me he's not going to get a lot of time from the judge, and so, like, this is just him staying behind bars for a little longer.
Enjoy the rest of it. Someone is behind Katy Perry's arms because in the middle of... I have yet to see, like, the only footage out of Katy Perry's current tour... I forget what it's called at this point. What do you remember the
name of her tour? I don't know.
It's continuing to go. It's a Lifetime's tour.
All right.
And when we first talked about it, when she started, it was that weird dance move stuff. Then recently it was the butterfly across the stadium that completely malfunctioned and almost killed Katy Perry.
She pulled a Beyonce, right?
Yeah. Or, I mean, according to Beyonce, rumors. That car stunt was part of the next album, but I'm not here for that story. I'm here for Katy Perry fan faints on stage during the show.
Okay.
And this is what we know that fainting is. Dude.
Can I play this or?
I mean, I hope so. I had to pick from 1,000 angles.
Oh, wow. Everybody was recording this. So
everybody.
Okay.
And it got to a point because she had them on for about a minute. Talking to all of them. I think they're about to sing a song. And that girl starts to, like, breathe heavy.
Mm-hmm.
And Katie literally on the microphone's like, calm down. All right, we're okay. We're going to get our stuff together. And boom, flat on her ass.
Oh,
passes
no.
out.
That's her? Okay.
Yeah.
Be right here next to me, okay? Next to Grayson. You can be over there. And you know what?
She's rubbing her back.
Yep.
Play a really special song. You know the one that got away?
Whoa.
Everyone starts screaming.
You guys, I'm going to invite you guys
Here we go.
to be in the band tonight, okay?
Uh-huh.
In the band, all right? And I'm going to give you something that you're going to have in your hand. You're going to use it as a shaker.
Oh, she's going to have her play along with it on the shaker.
As soon as she gives her the shaker, game over. 3, 2,
Here you go, my dear.
1.
Okay. Let's practice. You got this.
1.5.
She's shaking. Oh, no.
And she's out.
She went down hard, too.
I apologize. I timed that wrong, but boy, did she go down hard.
She was going to hang in there, and she was going to shake the little maraca egg thing for the song, but then her body just said no.
Just a little bit. And also, I guess a good way to round all of this off, we have to do Rod Stewart in a more extended segment. Because I know you mentioned the teaser when we started the show. Because that is something else what this man did. And I don't believe I have enough time to do it. Right?
Okay.
Yes? No?
I mean, you
We
have
can do
a
it
couple of
later?
minutes. I don't know how much time you need to do it.
Well, Rod Stewart is currently on tour himself and has utilized AI to catch all the eyes of people and apparently some jaws be dropping because he is now giving some sort of weird tribute to all the dead icons, and it is awkward.
This is boomers. Boomers love AI, which I think is very true.
Boomers love it. So
this is fantastic.
It's he's on this tour, the One Last Time tour, and he's like, I guess I'm going to see you in heaven, hot legs. And he played this video. My favorite is, and I tried my best. The girl commenting on the back. And then you turn around and everyone's like, what the hell is happening? But essentially, Rod Stewart has grabbed all the dead music icons, The most recent Ozzy Osbourne, who is now holding a selfie stick in heaven and is alongside all of your favorites, Whitney Houston, Selena, Tupac, Bob Marley, and Rod Stewart singing up to them, saying, I guess I'll be there with you soon. I have no idea what he was thinking. Please.
Here you go. Oh, yeah, there's him and Prince. Ozzy and Prince. Taking a selfie. Ozzy and Whitney Houston. Or no, that's Tina Turner.
Is it
Bob Marley. Oh, now they're flying. It's Ozzy flying through the air in the clouds with Tupac.
It's heaven.
I don't know who that is.
I think it's Selena.
Oh, with Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson, selfie style.
All right, okay. Oh, Queen, all right. Freddie Mercury.
So if you could pause for a second, you can see right to, and those not watching the stream, it's like on the big screen, and they're showing this fake AI video of Ozzy with the selfie stick in heaven with all the other dead celebrities, and then the split screen is Rod Stewart also watching this video, singing to them.
So cool. Look what I did. I told you.
Bizarre.
You got to put this on the big screen. People are going to love it. I'm telling you.
It gets better. Does it? Or maybe not.
I don't know. This
There's
is
a
George
couple more.
Michael. Oh, Kurt Cobain is in this as well. Yeah.
Right before the girl was like, I don't know who that is. I think it's Bad Bunny.
Extension. Yeah. Then now I think that was Whitney Houston. Amy Winehouse.
That's right. Look at them. What a concert that
Ozzy
would
Osbourne starts to not look like Ozzy Osbourne in some of these AI photos, though, just for the record.
You can only get 30 seconds for free.
Should have been Ozzy and the Bat. It just would have been a lot better.
Hand in hand. Head back on. On the boob tube, we have got America's Got Talent on NBC. Watch what happens live with Alison Brie and Dave Franco. Series premiere of the SEC football any given Sunday on Netflix. And you catch Bill Hader and Brittany Snow on Myers. Follow your dreams of me on Instagram at Sabrina Amber. Most importantly, stay with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. When we come back, the sex toys being tossed on the court during the WNBA, there has now been an arrest.
Dildo mortars.
The dildo mortars have led to an arrest. Excuse me. The person who was responsible, they believe, they have in custody. It's like apprehending one of the members of ISIS or something. And now we learn what was going on, what happened with this arrest. We'll get the update to you. You're probably not going to believe some of it, but I'll tell you anyways. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your next chance to win your way to our iHeartRadio Music Festival in Vegas is just minutes away on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
The traffic lights are acting a little bit funny where Pleasant Hill Road meets Liberty High School. Use that intersection as a four-way stop there. Traffic's piling up on I-4 westbound through the city. You're going to run into some congestion at the ramp junction where Florida's Turnpike and the Beach Line meet, and your typical delays on I-4 through that amusement park area. No serious accidents really affecting your ride this afternoon. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
At Rasmussen University, we offer a full suite of nursing programs from pre-licensure to doctoral, online and on campus. Programs vary by campus.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Eye Candy Energy Drink. Taste the sweet life.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Hi, my air conditioner isn't working.
We're hosting a pet rock adoption telethon.
Pet rocks?
The internet says they're endangered.
Rocks are everywhere.
You know what's everywhere?
Frank Gay is everywhere. I'm calling Frank Gay.
When you have AC problems, you need help now. One of our licensed and certified technicians can have your AC blowing cold air in no time. That's the Frank Gay way.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
It was a typical day in Central Florida until the word got out. It's a crime to pay more than a dime. One dime down. Just go to RC Hill. RC Hill Mitsubishi. In DeLand and Ocala, where every vehicle is just a dime. Right, RC?
Yes, sir. 400 vehicles. One dime down.
New Mitsubishi's just 15 grand. Even new Outlander SUVs, plus acres of pre-owned. They're all just one dime down.
And get 0% financing for 60 months.
Need credit? Just ask for credit amnesty. If you bring home $400 a week, you can get up to $30,000 in credit.
30 grand with only one dime down.
At RC Hill Mitsubishi, 2 locations in DeLand and Ocala.
Where it's
Hey! An arrest in the WNBA dildo tossing. The dildo tossing caper. An arrest. And I want to tell you a little bit more, that much more, about the redistricting issue. Which is kind of funny, honestly. Kind of funny. It's something we should shine a spotlight on, I think. Come on, chat. There we go. Okay. Hope you're doing okay on a Share the Show Tuesday. Take a moment and like the stream, please. Would you mind? Is it too much to ask? I don't think it is, right? Let's take a moment, click that like button over on youtube.com/thenewsjunkie, and hit subscribe if you don't mind. The dildo degenerate has been detained. True. Or so we're told. By the way, chat. By the way, I don't care what they say. A lot, I mean a lot, of media outlets really wanted that Dexter storm to be a hurricane. The moment anything flared up there and they were like, uh-oh, Tropical Storm Dexter, just like the TV show, they were dying for that to be a tie-in. And there's some of these meteorologists, and certainly their bosses, that are upset that that isn't going to be a serious storm. On account of the name. Crazy Drunk Cat Lady says, does your YouTube chat disappear on mobile for you too sometimes? If it's not in the mega chat, it's not in what I'm looking at here, but I have other ways I can look. Great, no, the News Junkie live hurricane show? Not yet. And Lord willing, I would love for there to be no hurricanes that cause us to do that this year.
So I went straight to the official source, Medicare.gov, to get the facts about
2 minutes and we're back live on the show. Was the green dildo kept for evidence on the court? We can only hope so, Nicole. So someday there's a trial in a very serious and very, very impressive courtroom, and the litigators and the judge will be agreeing or disagreeing on whether or not they can hand the green dildo to those in the jury box so that they can grab the dildo and pass it along to the next juror to examine the evidence. Green dildo magnet? 90 seconds, and we're coming back. Question for you. You walk into a room. There's a table with a red button and a message. If you hit the red button, it kills me. Do you hit the red button? I await your response. I await your response. Thank you, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Thank you, Kevin.
So I went straight to the official source, Medicare.gov, to get the facts about Medicare. I found answers to all my questions.
Thank you, Dan.
To get started. And so can you. Just go to Medicare.gov to get the real facts about Medicare.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
No, thank you, Eddie.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got questions after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free, new and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Now, your chance at $1,000 and a trip to our iHeart Radio Music Festival. Text the nationwide keyword LUCKY to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's LUCKY to 200-200.
Occupying the space between high society and prison tattoos. This is the News Jump.
Welcome into the world's most viral newsroom. You are now at home, and you can learn more about the show and all things happening in the world of the News Junkie over on thenewsjunkie.com. One of my favorite stories in the last couple of days is just a tiny story before I get to some of the things that I just teased here on the show, was about a missed opportunity. And this was for Machine Gun Kelly, which I know you guys you've heard of Machine Gun Kelly at some point. The pop, I don't know, should I say pop star? He's a pop star, right?
Started as a rap
guy,
and then it went to punk or something.
Well, he also has been an actor in some pretty good stuff. He was in the Motley Crue thing. I remember, I didn't watch that, but people seem to like the Motley Crue thing that Machine Gun Kelly was in. And he's acted in a couple of other things where he's had some acclaim. And apparently he's saying that he was approached to be in a movie that I thought was great. Like, I gave it a high score. The movie Sinners is probably one of my favorite movies of the year. Michael B. Jordan, Sinners. I've heard some commentary where people say, well, it's a bit of a ripoff of this or that. And I think there's some truth to that. But overall, I thought it was a beautifully shot and cool movie. Well written, cool movie. Sinners was. Now, did you hear about Machine Gun Kelly's involvement with this or no? Have you not seen this?
I did.
No.
I don't.
Okay, you did. C-Lane, since you haven't heard about this, Machine Gun Kelly got the call, and they essentially said, like, hey, we got a role for you in this upcoming movie, Sinners. Michael B. Jordan's going to be in it. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. And he said, all right, tell me a little bit more about the character. And in the audition, they told him, your character has to say the N-word. And he said, I won't do it. And so,
they didn't hit up Leo DiCaprio?
He ended up turning it down because he was like, I don't want me as a human saying the N-word in a movie so badly.
This
that
seems like
it's a real
it seems like
Sophie's
something
choice.
that some people would use AI as an opportunity.
All right, but hold on. Isn't it true that there are a lot of people who have played racists in movies and come out just fine?
Yeah, because they're acting.
Sure.
Yeah, right. And he would have been acting in this movie. Edward Norton, for example, he was a very racist person in American History X.
Plenty of people that have done that, and that was the acting role of it all. I think MGK did and said that just to like make sure he's making headlines.
Yeah. Oh, you don't think he actually got offered this?
No, I think he got offered, but I don't know if he like maybe made the cut or if that really was the reason why he didn't do it. I mean, there is the separation if you want to be considered like the actor of it all, and especially a movie like Sinners that I believe has been very critically acclaimed at this point. That why wouldn't you take the role? And
I would
see the entire.
Yeah. I mean, I would have. I would have taken it. I don't know if you would have, but I would have taken the role. Would you have taken the role?
I would. I don't know. know. I don't know if I would have. I guess it depends on if I was really up for that role. I mean, I'm trying to think of what role he was even offered.
He explains, here's Rolling Stone magazine says, Machine Gun Kelly nearly had a role in the movie Sinners, but he ultimately chose to pass on the box office hit because he didn't want to use a racial slur. Like Sinners, I was supposed to be in that, said Machine Gun Kelly. If you don't know him, he's like a popular pop song dude. The Vampire, they had me set up to do the audition. It's the one that's in the house, so he's the second vampire. He's the guy that comes in and he eats the family up. In the audition, he has to say the N-word, and I wouldn't do it. The character Machine Gun Kelly is referring to is Bert, a KKK member and a husband to Joan, played by Lola Kirk.
Okay.
Peter Dramanius of July Talk ended up getting the role that he passed on. He said, I have a lot of aspirations to be in movies. It just hasn't panned out that way. I just didn't want to do it. He said he didn't want to do it because the character was supposed to say the N-word. I mean, I think that I would try to get as much approval on set as I possibly could. Like, hey, Michael B. Jordan, you're cool with this, right? Like, I'd maybe film some interactions. Like, you guys are cool with this, right? Everybody's good, right?
I would get right up to it and go, line? What's my line?
I'd say, can you AI me saying that? Here's the thing. The toughest part about something like this wouldn't be just saying the N-word. It would be about you're on a set and you're saying the N-word to a black person's face.
Right.
You're not saying it as you and they're not them. But all of that weight is still in that scene.
It is, but then it's like, what's the role? If I'm a vampire, that I am now with the teeth, and and if I'm a great actor, and that should separate me from the person itself. I just think the press tour of him saying that is so strange, especially because he's got a new album coming out any day now.
Oh, somebody also says...
Because there wasn't anyone behind Sinners that gave that information.
Vet1775 says, he has a black daughter. Tell the rest of the story. I mean, if you have a black daughter, I don't know that would make me all that more comfortable in saying this to a person's face. You know what I mean? And I don't mean that to say I'm more comfortable saying it not to a person's face. But I mean, the reality of the situation is if there's a scene and you have a monologue and they're like, all right, now coming up, we got to say the N-word. Here you go. That is one thing for a white actor. It's nothing for a black actor. It's one thing for a white actor to do it. But if you have to say it to another character's face in that moment, oh God. Machine Gun Kelly says he turned down this role because he didn't want to say the N-word. Would you do it? And don't actually make an attempt on it here on the show.
It's just weird because if you are serious about acting, there's some things that you're going to have to deal with when it gets tossed your way. I read a story over the weekend that the headline seemed like it was this guy had gotten wronged. It's an actor named Neil McDonough.
Okay,
he's in Yellowstone. He's been in a handful of other things. You would probably recognize him. And the headline said, Hollywood turned on me. And I lost everything after Hollywood turned on me. This actor, Neil McDonough.
He looks familiar.
Yeah. When you read in the article.
Oh, okay. I do recognize this guy. The white-haired guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
When you read the article, the reason Hollywood turned on him is he had a very strict rule in his acting is he didn't want to kiss a woman other than his wife.
Oh, really?
This was not his wife's rule. His wife didn't care. He just didn't want to do it. So he would refuse to take roles that required him to kiss somebody else.
It sounds like you turned down Hollywood's
Yes, exactly. I mean, yeah. The only reason Hollywood turned on him is because I think producers and stuff didn't get it. They were like, wait, so you're really serious about this? This seems silly if you want to be a serious actor.
You must make out with different people.
I mean, there's how many acting roles, how many works of fiction are about something romantic? It's just
a good amount.
A lot.
And there's those moments.
It's part of acting. So
that's why actors date actors.
And so the producers just were baffled by it, and they were like, All right. Well, guess we're not calling this guy anymore because he won't kiss anybody.
Well,
Yeah, the more boundaries and stuff you want to put up, the more people are going to go, well, that makes it difficult to work with you. That's just true in life and work in general. I mean, I guess I kind of get it. You know what seems weird is that his wife didn't care. His wife is like, do it. Go. What are you up to here? There's no reason for you to feel this way. But yeah, I do recognize this guy. I don't know if I recognize him from Yellowstone or just something else. He's like a character actor, Neil McDonough. All right, let's get to a couple of things I teased. And real quick, a fan has been arrested. An update. We still need an update song. An update here for you. A fan has been arrested. A person who threw a sex toy on the court during the Atlanta Dream game last week is facing charges and a ban. Charges, criminal charges, and a ban. The incident in the Atlanta game occurred late in the fourth quarter of the Dreams game against the Golden State Valkyries.
So this is one of the two dildo throwings.
If they were different people, yeah. If they were different people, this was one of them.
But it was the same.
It was the same color and everything.
Okay.
And so the theory was this multiple tossers of sex toys or one? In a statement, the league said the person who threw the sex toy onto the court was arrested. The safety and well-being of everybody in our arenas is a top priority for the WNBA. Objects of any kind thrown onto the court or in the seating area can pose a safety risk for players, game officials, and fans. In line with the WNBA arena security standards, any fan who intentionally throws an object onto the court will be immediately ejected and face a minimum 1-year ban in addition to being subject to arrest and prosecution by local authorities, they said. And they said that's one of the two incidents. I don't know. It doesn't say what the charge was. Maybe you guys can find more details.
Motoring.
All it says is fan arrested for throwing a sex toy during that one of those WNBA games.
It sucks that fan bought it in bulk. Like there's definitely 40 other same size green dildos.
Maybe they just go to a lot of dirty bingo or something.
They keep getting the same thing from their friends over and over and over and over again.
Do you think the ban list for the WNBA is significant?
What do you mean? Like the list of banned items that you could bring?
Probably not.
Banned people.
They just want
banned people?
They want butts and seats. Come on.
I don't know. I mean, some of those, like, if you look at things like the TSA no-fly list, I think it's actually bigger than a lot of people think. But this would be much smaller.
I think they should go with it. Instead of like it looking like a dildo, but embrace the color of it. You know, and just like, instead of throwing stuff on, why don't you throw back this lime green cup of beer? Thank you for coming to the WNBA game.
YouTube, Kevin says, it won't hold up in court, ask Mo. Well, we can. We can ask Mo. But why would you think that wouldn't hold up in court? Right? Like, let's imagine you're at any event at all. Doesn't matter what it is. You agree to a certain set of rules, number one, when you purchase the ticket, so they can certainly boot you out, whatever if they think is a reason to boot you out, they can use that. But do you think you can just throw anything onto a field of play for a sports game that you're watching and that wouldn't be a charge? Because I think it probably would be. I don't know exactly what it would be, but
Mick P.
Okay.
Somebody on YouTube says it's a missile. And yes,
maybe.
I've heard that charge before. I think somebody.
What was the story that came up back in the day with that? With something that was called a missile?
A lot of things could be called a missile. My friend in high school, or maybe even middle school, he got charged with throwing a missile by chucking an orange at a cop car.
That's it.
Oh,
yeah, that's it. Right. And so that it could be something like that, but you're just not allowed to do this. If they started cracking down on this, they could start arresting people at concerts who are throwing stuff at the performers. Like anything where there's a stage and something being thrown, you'd risk getting arrested for that. So we'll see if that spreads or if it stops here. Okay, I did want to share something for you very quickly. We'll try not to make C-Lane yawn. But there's a lot of talk right now about the redistricting thing. I told you yesterday there were 50 Democrats or so in the state of Texas who fled the state of Texas.
See y'all.
Most of them went to Illinois, which will come up in a second. And they all left because if there's not enough people for what they call quorum in Texas, then they can't pass laws, vote on things. You don't have enough people. Not enough people have arrived, so you can't pass anything. And so they fled the state. And then yesterday, they even, I think they issued like some sort of, some type of arrest warrant for them. I saw, hold on, here's the dude with the mega gavel. Have you seen the gavel they have? Oh my God, this gavel. Look at this.
Members, the House will come to order. Strict enforcement has been requested by Representatives Raymond, Moody, Martinez, Canales, Munoz, Cortez, and Longoria. Please vote from your desks and for yourself. Clerk, ring the bell.
Oh, okay.
The bell is
much more gigantic gavel.
Show me the budget, because they took away from the bell and they gave it to the gavel.
I kind of like the idea
I'm no
that
politician.
he doesn't like the gavel, or he doesn't like the bell person, so he keeps making the bell smaller and the gavel bigger. And I'm in charge over here, okay? So they issued like these pseudo arrest warrants for the politicians who fled the state. And it was all because of this redistricting. Now, I said this is why it's important to win elections, because people don't have to follow rules. Usually they do it once every 2 years or so and do the redistricting and jerry-rig things in their favor, whoever's in charge.
I think gerrymander was the term they were looking for.
Either way, a rig or mander. And when this happens, you could try to resist it, which is what's happening in Texas, but they're probably going to pass this anyway. One of the things that was pretty crazy to me, though, was I want you to think about the state of Illinois, because that's where a lot of these Texas Democrats fled to. All right. Think about the state of Illinois. And if you could picture how the state would look up if you broke it into districts, this is an excellent example of what that sort of gerrymandering looks like. This is what the districts in the state of Illinois look like, right? Mm-hmm. It doesn't make any sense at all. These districts are these like weird lines and oblong shapes that politicians have created over time to try to coalesce as much power into these areas as they possibly can, right? And so there's many, many districts, as you could tell, in the Chicago area where it's as blue can get. And then the Illinois politicians over the years have gerrymandered those districts into their advantage so that most of the power in the state of Illinois is in the hands of Democrats. And Texas is trying to do this too. And I think they showed one of the districts they wanted to change here. Hold on.
Look at one of the Texas districts.
Here's one of the districts that they have drawn. Like, no normal person would think, well, how do we draw a district around this area so we can choose where people will vote in this district or not? It's literally like a piece of spaghetti.
Like an icicle.
It looks like an icicle, yeah. Like it's in this tiny sliver of the state that goes from San Antonio to Austin that you would never end up with. Like, when you think districts in your head, you think like squares or, rectangles. And if you're within those districts, that's where people vote. This is what they do to try to get the most of an advantage politically. They're like, well, where are all the Republicans? Where are all the Democrats? And then they just draw a very tight line around that area to get rid of as much of the competition as they can. And they literally, this is what they do. Democrats do it too. Republicans do it. They do this in their favor, which one of the things I thought was interesting earlier, let me see if I can bring this up real quick. Because California has said, like, we too are going to do this. If you do it, Texas, you better watch out. Gavin Newsom wants to join in on the fun here. And so I looked up, I'm like, well, how bad could they get over in Texas or in California with doing this? Here's the breakdown in California. And some of this is just the way California is. All statewide elected officials in the state of California, every single statewide elected office is held by Democrats. Republicans hold 0. From governor to lieutenant governor to attorney general, secretary of state, controller, treasurer, all down the line. It's all Democrats. There's 0 Republicans in those places. In the state Senate in California, Democrats have 30 of the 40 seats. Republicans have 10. In the state assembly, Democrats have 60 of the seats. Republicans hold 19. When you look down the line, the Republicans don't hold much. The U.S. House delegation is 9 Republicans and 43 Democrats in the state of California. So when Gavin Newsom pops up and he's like, we're doing some redistricting over here, there's not much left for you to redistrict, my man. It's a one-party state. And there is where I think the problem is. I think we do better as Americans with competition amongst the politicians. But this is just going to get worse as we go along. Nobody is trying to roll this back. Everybody wants to rig things in their favor. And that's what's happening in the state of Texas and, well, a lot of other states, honestly.
Did they come back, or they missed their 3 o'clock deadline, right?
They did. Yeah, they stayed past the deadline.
What do you think they're doing?
They're making videos, a lot of them. I've seen quite a few videos.
Are they hanging out with each other or just in the hotel rooms?
The one I saw, there was one of the politicians out of the 50, and they were by themselves, and they were just kind of doing like a, we're not gonna take it, one of those vibes.
No.
Yeah, we are gonna resist, we're doing this. And that's what they were up to. So it'll end soon enough, and they'll pass this in Texas, and the Democrats will have to win if they want to change it back. And they might at some point in time, we'll see. But a lot of stories about that out there today. Okay, wake up. Are we behind for a break? Yeah, we are.
Oh, yeah.
All right, quick break. When we come back, we'll get to you, your dispatches, and something that all three of us are probably guilty of. Well, definitely me. I am definitely guilty of this. It could send you to jail. What is it? Wait till you hear what's going on. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio. It is.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Fish, that's awesome. Thank you for what you do.
Hello! The on-ramp to get around that accident there. The left lane's blocked on Conway Road northbound and Judge Road. The traffic lights are acting a little bit funny where Pleasant Hill Road meets Liberty High School. Use that intersection as a four-way stop there. See traffic troubles.
Propaganda all day with you? With who? With me? With me?
68477 from the traffic center on James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radio.
Let me clarify that. Are you talking to me, whoever said the propaganda thing?
With instant push-to-talk and LTE nationwide coverage, you can reach family and friends in any emergency. 100% private, no comment.
I can't see who said it.
Order now at rapidradios.com.
Thinking about selling your home? Well, hold on to your packing tape. The Nickley Group can sell houses
BS?
and you can find that one missing sock. Get a guaranteed cash offer on your home.
BS on YouTube. Are you referring to me with the propaganda comment? Answer carefully. I'm waiting.
$15,000 in new impact windows for Breeze Windows. Pick up your
Hello?
phone and text the word WOW to 20129.
How was it out there?
That's WOW
Yeah.
to 20129.
You look great. No? Why not? I think you look great. I'm waiting. Hello? Is it that hard to type? We're coming back in 4 minutes. Well, most of us are coming back in 4 minutes. He hasn't banned anybody in a day. Be careful. Well, I don't have to ban anybody today. As long as everything's okay here, I'm just waiting. You can be included, but it was more a sweeping comment in the moment. Why can I be included? What about what I just said was propaganda? Okay? I'm going to hold you accountable to your comment since you said I could be included in that. What about what I just said was propaganda? Point out the exact thing. Hang on tight, buddy. Has my tidbit been just stuck on the screen? Has it been stuck on this all day? No, it just stopped a few minutes ago. Okay, it's back. Maybe it's having some connection issues or something. No idea what's going on. Must have been Twitch. Pay attention, Sean. Pay attention. Stay with us, please. Stay with me.
When you have AC problems, you need help now. One of our licensed and certified technicians can have your AC blowing cold air in no time. That's the Frank Gay way.
Oh my gosh, my neighbors are getting a roof. They started at daylight. Now all those young men just sleeping under the shade tree. Lucky they have that. You know what's always interesting? People will drive by that scene of like a bunch of roofers. Let's say they're Mexicans, they might be. And they're like laying under the shade tree. And people would drive by and be like, those goddamn lazy Mexicans. Look at them sleeping in the middle of the day under the shade tree. negating the fact that they've been doing that all day long. That's tough work. BS faded into the abyss. Politically driven gerrymandering across all parties is not normal. Well, what do you mean by normal? What do you mean by that? It is absolutely the case that it is a bipartisan thing that these different states gerrymander all of their counties and regions to benefit them. That is absolutely just factual. It is not like Republicans do this and Democrats don't do this. It's whoever's in power does this. Because they all hate each other, and they all just keep having a war over and over and over again. So they try to rig the war so they can't lose. I don't know what you want me to say. Like, if I am saying that gerrymandering and the changing of districts to benefit one party is absolutely a bipartisan crime. It's god-awful. I hate it. They're all rigging the game, though, in their own benefit. But to say it's like only one side does it, that's just not true. If the Democrats had power in Texas and had more seats, they'd probably try to do it themselves. Maybe even not, before the time that they normally do it, as they are in Texas. I wish they couldn't do it. I wish there was there probably is. I think there should be some ways around this. It's ridiculous.
Or a number, a New York State number, and we own you.
Listen to Shock Incarceration on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Shock Incarceration and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Now your chance at $1,000 and a trip to our iHeart Radio Music Festival. Text the nationwide keyword LUCKY to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info, standard data, and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's LUCKY to 200-200.
Mainlining today's top stories. You're listening to the news junkie, Sean Lawson.
Bumped into the show. Well, hello. It's the News Junkie, the world's biggest viral newsroom, and you are now in it. Let's hang out. Let's have some fun as we always do here on the show. Learn more about everything by going to thenewsjunkie.com. A bunch of things to get into, including something that, I might get arrested for this. This might be a problem for me. It's not slapping somebody this time, but it's definitely something that I would get caught up in this dragnet. I would get arrested. We'll talk about that in a moment. But I always like these stories about bad statues. There was another one here locally not that long ago. Oh, my
God. I just saw that story.
The Martin Luther King one?
Even with the elected officials were like, nothing we can do about it now. Sorry.
You don't want to hurt the person's feelings who did the art. Or
but at this point with technology, are you...
All right. Well, this is the one we're talking about. Sabrina and I are talking about. It's a new Martin Luther King statue. It's in Florida. It's in Winter Park, Florida. I don't know if they're just going to, maybe they only show it in the video. All right, let me get this.
Tonight about a statue unveiled last month in Winter Park. It's in honor of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and
got a lot of statues.
In MLK Park.
But as West 2's Gil Pascal Brown shows us, not everyone believes it looks like or represents Dr. King.
All right, here we go. Okay, not bad from afar.
I've been to the mountaintop.
On July 14th, the Martin Luther King statue was unveiled in Winter Park during the city's annual Heritage Unity Festival.
All right, it
doesn't look proportioned correctly.
You're right. The proportions seem to be a little off, and the face is the problem.
I was a little, I don't know, shocked. Like, it didn't look quite like I thought it would.
He went to the unveiling, this guy, and he's like, all right, show us the statue.
That was the thing. There is a statue.
All right. I guess it looks kind of like him.
Thought it should.
On the one side, oh yeah, I like it. On the other side, well, it doesn't look like him.
There's one guy that comes up in like two, I don't know, two other people interviews where he's like, head's too big, arms too big, body too tiny. And I'm like, okay, that kind of sums it up.
BDMXCon said Martin Luther Short King.
That lady just said, on one hand, I like it. On the other hand, it doesn't look like him very much.
On the one side, oh yeah.
Also her glasses.
I like it. On the
Those
other
are cool.
side, well, it doesn't look like him.
That's what Jonathan Blount, one of the co-founders of Essence Magazine, told Winter Park commissioners.
It looks awkward. It just didn't look up to the standards that Winter Park is so well known for.
Blount, who is also a mentor for Cap Village, a content creation studio in Orlando.
So this guy is amongst all these other people. They're like, this doesn't look good. We don't like this. And it's not, we've seen worse on the show. We've seen way worse.
Oh, without a doubt. And it just stuff like this makes you wonder, how does this process work at this point when it comes to making statues? Someone is hand sculpting this at this point, or are we using a machine? Because a machine could have gotten it.
I think this is an artist. I think an artisan somewhere is getting the contract, and they're making
when it comes to an
thing.
artist contract, like what are they? What's the portfolio? Here's a mock-up of what it's going to look like, and then once they invest all that money, it's like, oh, well, nothing we can do about it now.
You might need more honest people in the pipeline to be like,
you could
let
be
me see
anonymous
your,
statue people that listen to the show, please.
Let me see your first draft. Okay, what's this going to look like? When they show it to you, you go, oh, God, no. And maybe people are too encouraging in that moment.
There's a 3D printer at this point.
But
you should be able to CAD that out.
I bring that up because there's a statue that they just launched in Denmark, and it's getting way more attention than any of this stuff. In fact, they said the kids in the neighborhood won't stop gathering around this statue. All right? That's one thing that's happening here.
Does it have boobies?
It might. It's a 13-foot tall statue. All right? This is in Copenhagen, Denmark. Very big, beautiful city.
Elaine, do the math. How big are those boobies?
A 13-foot tall Big Mermaid statue at Dragor Fort is the name of this place. And they said they can't keep the kids from gathering around it, number one. But people are questioning whether this is appropriate. And I'm going to show you the statue.
This is art, everybody.
Yeah,
it's
this
art.
is the statue right here.
I'm ready to see it. And okay, not only do we have boobies, but we got a dunk. And this is the perfect statue for Sealand and myself, because I am more of a butt lady, and that is men and women and gender nonconforming. If you got a dunk like that, I appreciate it.
Everything's on display here, and the kids.
And this is a mermaid.
The city,
Where's the tail? Where's the tail?
I can't even see. They didn't take a picture of that because that's not grabbing everybody. It says Denmark is fixated on this statue. I'm going to put this up. I'll put it up on See It Now for you in just a moment. When we go to break, I'll put it up on See It Now in case you want to take a peek.
File under Spank Bank. Thanks.
It says it found a new home at Dragor Fort. And they've requested that it be removed until March because it's ill-fitting, they said.
Boo.
They don't want it there. It has exposed breasts. It's called The Little Mermaid.
That is not The Little Mermaid.
It says it's found near the Big Mermaid's original location. And they said the Big Mermaid has even bigger breasts. The Little Mermaid is also hunched over slightly, while the Big Mermaid has the appearance of pushing her breasts together with her arms. Yeah, I could see that. I could see how you're doing that with the Little Mermaid.
Denmark is beautiful this time of year, it seems.
They said, despite the criticism, the sculpture has a lot of fans. There's still some people.
Well, Sabrina asked for the math.
Thank you.
The average breast volume for a C cup would be about 530 milliliters per breast.
That ain't no C cup.
Varying by body size. So for a 13-foot woman, it would be around each breast would be about 2 gallons in size.
2 gallons? Jesus Christ!
Whole,
all right,
whole or 2%?
Oh, those are whole.
Mermaid statue uproar. I'm putting this over on.
I want to get that statue maker for MOK and Winter Park.
Hey, I'll tell you this. All right,
They got the boobs and butt just right, didn't they?
I think we might agree. It's a good statue. Like it looks like a well done statue. It's like a very lifelike appearance of a person.
I love that you were just the mouse is going over the boobs. What about the face? Have we seen the face?
Here, like there's definition in the hair and the face. There's the definition in all these sorts of things. But they said the kids in the city just keep gathering around it, and they can't get them to stop looking at.
Someone go at night with a black light and tell me. What
probably.
It looks like after that.
It might light up.
It's everywhere.
I have bad news, guys.
What?
They're getting rid of the statue.
No! Why? Why?
We have nothing fun in this world.
It's offensive?
They're calling it ugly and pornographic.
It's not pornographic, nor is it ugly. Oh my God. Hang on. Little Mermaid statue.
Don't get rid of it. Put it in the bottom. Under the sea, I believe, is the line.
That's true, yeah. Sealane's right. Denmark is going to tear down Copenhagen's pornographic mermaid statue.
Winter Park will take it, I'm sure.
Somebody else should take this in. It's nice. I mean, it's not the most vulgar thing. A statue of a mermaid with big jugs will be removed from its location in Copenhagen. After complaints, it was vulgar.
Watermelons.
They described it as a man's hot dream of what a woman should look like.
Oh, so this is the problem? The mermaid is too hot?
Isn't that to the eye of the beholder? That was the whole thing with art these days. Also,
the guy,
does the big mermaid that's pushing up her own breasts get to stay?
The bigger mermaid, there was complaints about her, but they moved it to another place, and now they replaced it with the Little Mermaid. The person who designed and commissioned Big Mermaid is Peter Beck. He said he could not understand what the fuss was about. Peter.
What?
He says, the mermaid has a completely normal proportions in relation to her size.
Peter. Now look up Peter's wife.
He said, of course, breasts are big on a big woman. Peter, I'm going to say.
A woman made of stone. What are you talking about?
Well, he's saying it's because it's a large statue, so of course they're going to be large. But Peter, you made them even bigger.
She's
than
a well-endowed lady.
And they're actually beautifully and perfect and perky. So that's not how real women look. But then again,
people didn't like it.
Real women, humans don't have mermaid tails. Leave the statue.
A priest and journalist wrote in a newspaper, erecting a statue of a man's hot dream of what a woman should look like is unlikely to promote many women's acceptance of their own bodies.
What?
It's truly uplifting that many find the statue vulgar, unpoetic, and undesirable because we're suffocating in overbearing bodies in public space.
Did you see one of the locals? It says the statue had 2 silicone teeth that would make a plastic surgeon blush. It has a huge ass that you'd never see on a mermaid.
That's ass for days.
It would make like the mermaid would have a hard time swimming because of the body proportions. But there you are. Let us know what you think. Take a peek at that and give us your comments.
She would have a good time swimming because of the tail.
But the ass is going to like throw the body movement out.
I'm sure she could make up for it.
Yeah, the hydrodynamics, is that a thing? Whatever it is.
She don't got to swim nowhere with those boobs.
Everybody does the swimming for her.
It's something, man. Check it out over on See It Now. We'll get to that in a moment. I teased this. We'll do it in jury duty. We'll do the story in jury duty that I said I'm in trouble if this starts to get enforced as a law. I'm in big trouble. We'll get to that. That'll lead things off in jury duty. It's coming up next in the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
The preseason college football coaches poll is out, and 2 Florida teams are ranked. Miami is 10th, and the Florida Gators 17th. Texas opens the season at number 1. UCF, meanwhile, unranked. They continue camp preparing for the season opener against Jacksonville State 3 weeks from Thursday. Baseball, the Marlins' 5-game winning streak came to an end. They lost to Houston. The Rays also lost, falling to the Angels. I'm Matt McCoy.
Looking for an exceptional driving experience? Find it behind the wheel of a Mercedes-Benz SUV. Experience the power, precision, and intelligence of an iconic Mercedes-Benz SUV at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer.
Hey, everybody. the problem is? The problem is big boob discrimination. It's real. It happens every day. A lot of you women are victims of this, and I want to extend my sincerest apologies for the way that these people treat you. It is big boob discrimination. It's unacceptable. It should not happen, but it does in our country. All right?
Pick up your phone and text the word WOW to 20129. That's WOW to 20129. As the old saying goes, size matters.
Question for you, chat. Question for you. I saw a pretty big debate, a mass one you might say, about this online in the last 24 hours. What movies are acceptable to watch on a flight? Now, we're in this position where so many people have tablets and their phones and stuff, and they'll bring content with them, and they'll be on a flight, domestic or international, but like a commercial flight, and they'll want to watch a movie. What movies are not appropriate to watch? Can you watch, is it okay to watch an R-rated movie on a flight? Yes or no? Is it okay to watch an R-rated movie on a flight? Punky Brewster was the first victim? True. True. Is it okay to watch an R-rated movie on a commercial flight? And, you know, obviously you're going to imagine that there's men, women, and children on this flight next to you. Do not watch The Wedding Crashers. I had never seen it, and a kid was sitting next to me. The boob scene was uncomfortable. My gut tells me the best answer is it should be fine to watch any movie that is provided by the airline. If the airline has it in their software, like Southwest has all this whole catalog, if the airline has it on their software, it should be fine for me to watch it on the airline. I'm outsourcing that decision to the airline for content. Otherwise, yeah, that's probably not good. R-rated movies. Yes or no? Vicky says, yeah, I agree with that. Alan says, if you got earbuds and no kids next to you, there's always a potential for anybody on that flight to see what you're watching. R-rated movies are going to have nudity. The cursing doesn't matter. It's the visual content. But it was in their menu. So that, like, if the airline has it on board and I select it, I'm expecting that they have already vetted this. I'm expecting that this movie is not going to have, like, some scene that's going to embarrass me as a passenger on the airline. You know what I mean? Like, I think that makes sense for us to outsource that selection to them. Feral Kitten says, yes, some rated R movies are that way because of the cursing. The cursing is fine because most people are, you're an asshole if you're listening to the content and you're playing it out loud. You should have earbuds in and listen to it through headphones. So it's just a visual. 90 seconds and we're coming back. I bought the ticket, says Just Lush. I could care less about what anybody else around me thinks. That's just the pervert test for the records. This is my reasoning why some R-rated movies are fine on flights. I saw a video yesterday. Yes or no on this? Person took a picture of the passenger next to them. They were watching 9/11 videos of the planes hitting the Twin Towers on their flight. They said, what's going on with my fellow passenger over here? That's a no from me. 9/11 flights are a no from me. Wedding Crashers? Fine. 9/11? No. No. I'm not watching movies, I'm getting drunk. Good for you. Here we go. Let's get jury duty done. Let's do jury duty. We got some good stuff here. You could go to jail if you missed this. Don't miss it.
That's because Mike was smart this time. He took ZzzQuil Ultra to fall asleep fast, stay asleep longer, and get the deeply restorative sleep he needs. So now he wakes up refreshed and ready to conquer Mondays.
Let's do this Monday.
ZzzQuil Ultra. Not for colds, just for sleep. Really great sleep. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Stay connected when it matters most. Be prepared with Rapid Radio's walkie-talkies. With instant push-to-talk and LTE nationwide coverage, you can reach family and friends in any emergency. 100% private, no contracts, no hassle.
Stay safe. Order now at rapidradios.com.
Dispensing unsolicited advice on a wide range of pointless topics.
Not much is required of you, but maybe you could just tell somebody, anybody, about the News Junkie radio show, live stream, and podcast. Learn more about the show at thenewsjunkie.com. Jury duty on the way in just a moment. I was talking with chat during the break. You can watch and tune into what's happening during the commercial breaks over on YouTube, youtube.com/thenewsjunkie. And there's a story out today from Yahoo News, and they talk about more and more people are getting in trouble for stuff they're watching on flights. And the story is called The Rules for Watching R-Rated Movies on a Flight. And what is offensive, what is inappropriate for people who are around you, et cetera, et cetera. For me, I said, and I don't know where you guys are at on this, like, if I'm on a flight and I'm accessing your airline's content, movies, TV shows, whatever, I am operating under the assumption that all of that has been vetted and either edited or is like okay for me to watch on a flight. Like
I've gotten some vibes from some in-flight content that's like they paid for it, and that's okay.
Sometimes people do bring their own stuff along with them, but is it inappropriate to watch an R-rated movie on a flight?
No, I'm solely talking about what's available behind the screen.
Thing? Yeah,
where it's like there is some movies that
nudity.
Yeah, nudity,
really?
Incredible violence, and movies that I also didn't have to pay $30 to rent at my house on demand.
Yeah. I know for sure that I believe I witnessed somebody watching Everything Everywhere All at Once on the plane.
That was me. That's absolutely what I watched on the plane.
There's definitely scenes on that you wouldn't watch in mixed company. You wouldn't watch with like little kids around.
Butt plug scene, you know?
Yeah.
So instead of like them freaking out about the content, can we not just do the privacy screen in which anyone that's behind you cannot see what you're watching?
Too late.
I mean, I've definitely looked over people's shoulder, like seeing what they're watching. And
that's open game. We see people now like looking at your text messages and all that stuff. So they're looking at your screens. They're going to look at if you got an iPad or something, or sometimes you got the screen in the back of the seat. They're going to look at that for sure. But I stand firmly on, if the airline is offering it as a movie and the in-flight entertainment, if there's something in there, that's not my fault. I thought it was okay. Somebody said they were watching Wedding Crashers and there was a little kid in the seat next to them.
Oh, yeah. There's a bunch of boobies in that one.
There's some scenes in it where you go, ooh, probably not appropriate for little kids to watch. Like, you might not do this at your house. It's on them, though, if it's in their actual entertainment thing. Let us know what you think right now. Here we go. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
I've definitely done this. I know I could have been roped away for this. I'll tell you what's going on in a moment. Jury duty brought to you by Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 800-CALL-MO. 800-CALL-MO. That's the phone number you call after you get into an accident. Not before, unless you really want to, but after an accident. It's time to go up against those insurance companies. You deserve as much. 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO, or justcallmo.com. Here's the story. In Louisiana, starting right now, this is officially the law. I've driven in Louisiana before. I could have gotten busted for this. If you are in the left lane in Louisiana, and you are going even 1, yes, I said 1 mile per hour below the speed limit, you could face jail.
Jail?
If
Jail.
you are, I'm telling you, just telling you what I'm seeing.
What is happening in this country?
I'll bring the story. It's gone to hell in a handbasket.
What do you mean 1
Okay?
mile an hour?
This driver is going 1 mile per hour below the speed limit. Here's the actual story in front of me. Could face jail under a new state law in Louisiana, this says. Let's see if that holds up. They said a new set of driving laws has imposed stricter restrictions on drivers in Louisiana, including penalties for left lane drivers traveling at 1 mile per hour under the speed limit. Starting August 1st, Louisiana drivers will see a number of new laws put into place, affecting phone use, left lane driving, et cetera, et cetera. Those traveling below the speed limit in the left lane by 1 mile per hour will be fined $150 for their first offense. This will be increased $100 for each subsequent offense. Repeat offenders are at risk of a 30-day jail sentence.
How many repeat offenders are they expecting on the slow driving charge?
At least 1.
Also, tell me the fine for once you start to adjust to the above speed limit. Is there 1 mile over and you're getting $300 fine?
Let's see what they say, because do they expect you to stay exactly locked out the speed limit?
Well, in that case, take the damn train. That doesn't exist there yet, I think.
This says this means the threshold has been lowered from 10 miles an hour below the speed limit in the fast lane to just 1 mile per hour below the speed limit. A fine of $350 for a third subsequent offense within a 12-month period could be imprisonment for not more than 30 days and a fine, or both. You could get both of those. And that's what they're facing right now in Louisiana. I'd like to see the actual law of this, because 1 mile per hour?
They don't have the technology for that to hold up in court.
No, there's
there
no way.
There is a, what was it? Oh my God.
It's not accurate enough.
But there's a little space in which you have the fail safe. And I just saw it on Ozark last night. It's, oh my God, help me out, guys.
I don't know what you're talking about.
There's as far as when it comes to numbers like that you have space before and after.
Like a plus or minus, like a window?
That gives you a
buffer?
A buffer, but there's a technical term for it.
For speeding?
For speeding or any sort of, when it comes to numbers, that you, it's either above or below, they'll give you that window because they can't do it by 1 mile an hour.
No way. The accuracy of the speed guns are not enough. They're not enough to tell you that you're going 1 mile per hour under. But I've definitely done it. I've definitely been a mile under the speed limit in that left lane. I tend to drive a little slower and a little safer. That's what I do. They're saying margin of error.
Yes. Oh my God. That felt like sneezing. Thank you so much.
But this says
margin
specifically, drivers going 1 mile per hour below the speed limit could face jail under this new Louisiana law. We'll see what else we can dig up on that particular law. Sealand, see if you can find anything. And when we come back, we'll get into the Power Hour on the show. A Florida teen dials 911. Deputies fighting a gator in a pool and a giant rat. All of that. And that's just in the next segment. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Hey, teachers, the Monsters want to party with you. Join them for a Teacher's Appreciation Party August 6th, thanks to Eustis Roofing. Details at realradio.fm/party.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
The roadways are getting busy, and so are emergency crews. One lane's getting by now on Kirkman Road northbound at State Road 408. The ramp from I-4 eastbound to State Road 408, that's blocked due to an accident. There's an earlier accident still causing a bit of commotion on Conway Road northbound before Hoffner Avenue. Move over and slow down. If you see police activity on the roadway, see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Stay connected and stay productive with Rapid Radios. Business owners trust Rapid Radios for instant, reliable team communication with nationwide LTE coverage, push-to-talk convenience, and room for up to 200 units on one feed. Keeping connected's never been easier.
Order now at rapidradios.com.
Sunnyside Electric.
Hello, I need a new electrical outlet.
We are learning about pickleball today.
Okay.
Isn't that a funny name?
What about my electrical?
Pickleball.
I should have called Frank Gay.
Oh, it's like miniature tennis.
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When you need electrical work in your home, you need a trustworthy electrician who can clearly explain how to solve it.
Hey everybody, question for you, chat. We're getting into the power hour, the final hour of the show. And now, fitting the theme of the day, I was thinking about pushing buttons. What song could we end on in Today I Learned? Because I've got everything done for Today I Learned except for the last song, as per usual. I don't know any good button-pushing songs. C-Lane says, oh yeah, the whole list of great songs about pushing buttons. It doesn't have to be button-pushing. What else? He said we're not going to take it because I said that earlier. What else could end the show? What fits the mood? The theme of The Little Mermaid? I thought about The Little Mermaid. Maybe. I'll put it down. Little Mermaid? John Jacob Jingleheimer Smith. You got it. Couple of minutes and we're coming back live. Big fat segment coming up. Big fat segment. Loosen up my buttons. That's what we came up with too. Salt and pepper push it. That's probably the best one. Salt and pepper push it. Should we end on salt and pepper push it with the button pushing theme or The Little Mermaid? The Little Mermaid's going to be a weird song to end on. Push it. Put it in the notes. The Fat Boys, my God. The Fat Boys haven't been around in a while. Push it is. We don't agree on much, but we've agreed on this, everybody. An email coming in from Georgia. Emailer says, hey, hi News Junkie, podcaster from Georgia. Sorry this is voice to text. That's fine, I get it. We're all busy. I was wondering about the banned from dispatches thing. Will we know if we're banned? I don't get the chance to dispatch in much, but when I do, I'm usually in my truck. I do listen back. I'm trying to send in the best version I can, but sometimes it's a little low. How will we know if we get banned? I think the dumbest thing I've ever dispatched was telling you that screw the pooch is not correct. The politically correct version is intercourse the canine. But other than that, no controversy, and I love the show. I'm originally from Chicago. I grew up on talk radio like Steve Dahl and Gary Meyer. I find that you guys might be the last show still doing it right. Love the show. Keep me anonymous, please. Just kidding. How do you know if you're banned on dispatching? 2 minutes. We're coming back. First things first, as far as banned from dispatching, there might be 2 people that are banned from dispatching. Account-wide bans on the newsjunkie.com, I think I've done like 2 of them. Maybe 2. But you can get blackballed, which just means that your dispatches, when they come in the administration, are like grayed out. Like, don't look at these are not as good for whatever reason. If you send in a dispatch and you go on the website and look and it's not there, you've probably been blackballed. Now, if you keep sending in dispatches and you get my attention with a title or with something or with a high quality dispatch, I can send you from blackball to a star, and then your dispatches are highlighted yellow, Like that. I want you to be a great dispatcher. But that's how you can figure that out. 1 minute, we're coming back. The Elder of Rock says, I'm blackballed then. Maybe? You can still send dispatches and they still might get played, but it's less likely. Just send one great one. One great dispatch with a great title. Redeem yourself.
A crime to pay more than a dime. One dime down at RC Hill Mitsubishi in DeLand. Just go to rchill.com.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Need help after an accident? Just call Mo. Learn more at JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. The game of magnets, taking over the world one terrible person at a time.
Junkie.com, the news junkie.com. It's a Share the Show Tuesday. Tell somebody about the News Junkie radio show. Tell them about this station. Or one thing you could do, if you're listening on iHeart right now, make this station a preset. It's super helpful for you. It'll make it so the station is right there on your home screen on the iHeart app. And then it also is good for us because the company goes, oh, wow, they're taking in the station and making it a preset. They must really like what they're listening to around here. So everybody wins. Just take a second on a Share the Show Tuesday and make this station one of the presets that you have on your iHeartRadio app. There is, well, I guess this sounds weird, but I haven't watched it yet. I haven't even heard any of this. So I'll save my criticism until after I see what's going on. But the story from Rolling Stone says, the parents of Joaquin Oliver, you're not going to know that name. You're not expected to. He's one of the students who was killed in the 2018 Parkland High School shooting. All right. That was a while ago now. The whole Parkland shooting. A lot of students killed. One of the kids killed. His parents have created an AI version of their late son. Ooh. Okay. A little weird, a little strange, a little different, I should say.
Yeah. When they say AI version, like, this is not just like a deep faked video of him, or is this like a entity that they can talk to?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did the AI version of this Parkland shooting victim. Joaquin Oliver did an interview with former CNN host Jim Acosta.
What?
The parents set this up, and he did an interview as an AI, the kid who died in the school shooting, and the person who interviewed him said, his father said, this is a very legit Joaquin. It's just like him. And he's now doing interviews. So I don't want to judge yet. I want to see what it's like. Let's listen in.
I would like to know what your solution would be.
All right, that's former CNN star Jim Acosta, who's asking, I want to know what your solution to keeping kids safe or whatever the question is. I want to know what it's going to be.
If you don't mind.
What your solution would be.
He looks exactly like Luigi Mangione.
He does look a bit like the Luigi Mangione guy. He does. He's got a a skull cap on, a beanie on, and he looks kind of real, but he's sort of in that uncanny valley a little tiny bit for me. It's pretty real. It's really close to being just like an actual person, but not all the way there.
For gun violence.
Great question. I believe in a mix of stronger gun control laws, AI. Mental health support, and community engagement.
AI. Yeah, dude, come on.
This is not very good.
And AI. As soon as he started, what is it? AI started talking.
Yeah.
It became AI.
Yeah, he would have turned 25 years old on the day they did this interview, and they were trying to recreate what it would be like to have an interview with him. It is a little clunky, I got to say.
Would be for gun violence.
Great question. I believe in a mix of stronger gun control laws, mental health support, and community engagement. We need to create safe spaces for conversations and connections, making sure everyone feels seen and heard. It's about building a culture of kindness and understanding. What do you think about that?
I think that.
Oh my gosh, it's not even a very good AI.
Yeah, I think that you guys should have paid the monthly subscription.
I've seen a lot better than this. I have
Big
seen
time.
so much better than this, number one. Number
Bring
two.
back RFK with the dildo mortars.
That was way better. That was way better.
So much better.
But number
Those
two.
of you just tuning in, you're in for a real treat.
When I watch something like this, I think it's fair to say that because their child died, and I hate to judge these parents at all. Their child died in a school shooting in Parkland. That's horrific. I would never wish that on my worst enemies. But you don't know how your kid would feel about all of these things. You could assume that maybe because your child was involved in a school shooting, maybe they would be rabidly pro-gun control and all these things. But it's not super different to me. Remember the court case where they let the dead woman speak via AI? Yeah.
It was the son, right? Or something. I feel like it's happened a couple times now with this AI
It was somebody
craze.
during the phase of the case where the parents and victims could speak out. And they let the guy who was dead speak out via AI and had a statement about what he thought the punishment should be, et cetera, et cetera. It's just this weird area where we're trying to keep dead people alive so that they can achieve aims, whatever those aims might be, political aims, policy aims, whatever.
Okay, wait, let me ask you this. Do you think that these AIs of people who have died because of, for example, in this situation, gun violence is going to have more of an effect than the parents that are broken that are speaking in these interviews?
No.
I am not touched by this. And
No, this
that's
doesn't
on
sway
me.
me.
Now, I could see where...
Because it's not real.
I could see a coping mechanism when it comes to losing a loved one in a shocking and sudden way where you're using AI to see them or see what they look like when they're 25 years old. But for an interview like this, where on top of it, it's like, that was a great question.
Yeah, I
There
hope
you
they
go.
didn't-
My mouth's not even moving in the same way as my words.
Yeah, but hold on. Where are you guys taking issue? Are you taking issue with the quality or with what if it was
I'm
perfect
taking
quality?
issue with all of it. I don't know if they think humans watching that are going to be truly moved with an AI versus seeing the humans actually affected by it.
Well, I'm definitely not going to be moved by that AI.
I
it
am
was
zero moved.
very
I am moving in the
robotic.
other direction.
It was giving me vibes of when the late night show would put up a still of a famous person and just cut
They
out
put
the
their
lips
mouth, yeah.
and just the mouth is moving.
Very funny.
And then the guy makes his point, but the inflection and the cadence is so robotic. And I'm going to finish my sentence. What do you think about that? I mean, as an interviewer, as Jim Acosta, how are you even taking yourself seriously interviewing this thing?
Somebody on YouTube says, I feel like this is bad for your health to keep this stuff going. That's such a tough question. I'm uncomfortable. I'm comfortable saying a lot of things, as you could tell from listening to this show. If I say something, it's rooted in things. I have a reason for the opinion that I have, and I'll explain why I feel the way that I feel to you most times. But I feel personally bad judging parents who are doing something in the name of their child that died. Your kid was taken away from you in a school shooting. That absolutely totally sucks. But I don't disagree with you. It seems sometimes that the coping mechanisms here are not successful. It seems like it might be better. I would be moved, to Sabrina's point. I would be more moved by the parents. I would be more moved by the parents talking about our son would be 25 today. We don't get to spend his 25th birthday with our son because of X, Y, and Z. Mm-hmm. We have these beliefs about this policy and about gun control. We want X, Y, Z to be done so that further situations where parents can't spend the 25th birthday with their kids doesn't happen like this. I'd be like, damn, all right. I don't know if I think what your idea is a good idea or a bad idea, but I am at least listening and I'm tuned in and I'm more emotionally driven by it than I am some fake ass computer response. Like,
We'll say this, and there are many different ways that people cope with the loss of children, especially, I don't know. I lost a very dear friend of mine my freshman year of college, and her mom had a very different way than I had ever experienced with coping with the loss of her child. And that included taking over the Facebook, creating a lot of
posting stuff
and photoshopping stuff with my dead friend in it. And
like she photoshopped her daughter into things?
Yeah, like happy birthday messages or things that, and it was clear that it was a grief, and it is a hard grief and an unexpected, wasn't ever prepared for grief.
That's hard to correct.
And all I can see with this is this is what her mom's going to use, without a doubt.
It would be weird. I think it would be a hard sell for me to try this out as a coping mechanism after losing someone. But it would be even worse if I paid for that, and then that's what they gave me. That's what they gave me, that robot voice thing. Yeah. I think it would make the situation worse. It would make me sadder.
Of us, we have got plenty of audio they can use.
Let me enter something else to the equation. Somebody says, this is very disturbing. Manuel Oliver, the creator of Joaquin Oliver AI, that's the dad, claims to Jim Acosta that he understands this is AI and that he's, quote, not trying to bring my son back, but he admits his wife has spent hours asking questions to the AI. She, like any other mothers, loves to hear the AI Joaquin saying, I love you, mommy.
You got me now.
Let's see here. Hang on.
Also mentioned that I understand that this is AI. I don't want anyone to think that I am in some way trying to bring my son back.
This is the dad here.
Sadly, I can't. Right. I wish I could.
Yeah.
However, the technology is out there, and we can. There's two things. I can hear his voice again, which is something that Patricia loves. Patricia will spend hours asking questions. She, like any other mother, she loves to hear Joaquin saying, I love you, mommy.
Now you got me.
That's tough.
I don't feel good.
Everything I said is different.
Who wants to walk into the room though and go like, "Hey, this is not the right move. You shouldn't be doing this. You need to deal with your grief in a different way." To me, it's not unlike the Netflix series I think I was talking about, where those people, their daughter went missing on the cruise ship, and they're still holding out hope that she's out there somewhere and they're going to find her alive. And I said, in some cases, the right thing to do if you're a friend of these people, if you're somebody who cares about them, is to tell them, hey, you lost your daughter. You can still remember her and you can have the rest of your life. But doing this and just making the rest of your life about this isn't the answer. This is a similar thing. Tell me to walk into the room and tell the mom, stop talking to the AI version of your dead son.
The Amy Bradley thing is so much weirder, though, because if they're holding out hope, that means that you're secretly deep down hoping that your daughter has been sex trafficked this whole time?
Just out of desperation for
That's
for
a weird
anything.
desperation.
Man, that's an uncomfortable question about AI in the future. And everything is very much recency bias and historical biases that we have. It may well be that if you fast forward 100 years in the future, all of this will be considered incredibly normal. That you have people that you know and you love, and when they die, they go into some AI version of themselves, and you can still spend time with this AI version of them, and you speak with them, and they say, I love you, mommy, and they have these conversations back and forth, and all of that is very normal and okay. But right now, it seems weird.
I know, but hearing that last part, I'm like, that breaks my heart, man.
She loves to hear the AI version of her son saying, I love you, mommy. Yeah, that's tough.
I mean, that's that, or you grab the voicemail that you happen to be able to save because you have to call AT&T and put that in a Build-A-Bear.
Yeah.
I'll take AI any day.
It's not too different. It's only just a more technologically savvy version of that, more sophisticated version of hanging on to the clip or whatever it is of the person that you have. I am very different. It will surprise probably none of you that I don't hang on to that stuff. Although I've changed a little bit because Courtney took our Aura frame and loaded up all these great family photos that I have. And I absolutely do get joy. I love walking by and seeing the frame and seeing like an old picture of me and my dad, me on my dad's lap when I was a little baby, or my mom or my sister or whatever. I do actively, like at least once a day or more sometimes, see those and enjoy that. But on the same hand, I can't sit there and think about like talking to an AI of any of them. I don't. Maybe you could. Let us know what you think. Send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Thenewsjunkie.com. A Florida teen dialed 911. Was arrested this week. Yesterday, in fact, after allegedly killing his parents and calling 911 to report the crime.
Okay.
He's now facing 2 charges of second-degree murder. And here's the story from Fox 35, our friends over there. It says, according to Clay County Sheriff Michelle Cook, deputies received a 911 call around midnight from a teenage boy who said he had just killed his parents. The teen told authorities after the shooting he walked approximately a mile to a nearby church. He said his parents' bodies could be found at the home, and he would wait at the church to be taken into custody. They said this all stemmed, according to the investigation, from a domestic argument that escalated into a shooting. They recovered the gun used in the shooting at the home, and they believe the weapon belonged to the parents, and they're looking into more about exactly what happened. They did not share what they were arguing about, but that just like a family argument turned into that, led to a 911 call from this kid. It led to his arrest. We'll see what you think about all of these stories. We'll do a bit of a grab bag segment next, hit a bunch of clips up, and also get a bunch of feedback in at the end of the show. Your thoughts are welcome. Send your dispatches on the website. We'll be back with that. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Traffic's piling up through the city due to an accident blocking the ramp from I-4 eastbound to State Road 408. Move over and slow down if you see crews on the roadways there. That multi-vehicle crash is getting cleared up here on Kirkman Road northbound at State Road 408. One lane's getting by. The traffic lights are working incorrectly where Pleasant Hill Road meets Liberty High School. The roadways are getting busy this afternoon, so travel with caution. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. At Lowe's, pros save big every day on trusted brands like Whirlpool. And now, Lowe's is the exclusive home improvement retailer for the Whirlpool water treatment product line. Shop trusted brands like Whirlpool and more in-store and online.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, is back in Vegas.
T-Mobile Arena.
Streaming live only on Hulu. A weekend full of superstar performances. And keep listening for the next chance to win your way there.
The 2025 iHeartRadio Music Festival is brought to you by Metro. With their new lower prices, the celebration starts way before the festival. Big savings so you can focus on your favorite artist, not your phone bill. Only at Metro by T-Mobile.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news if you're considering a reverse mortgage. Rates have improved again this week. Get a same-day quote at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With that mortgage guy, Don.com.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
Central Florida, let's lift up our amazing teachers together. Huge thanks to Eustace Roofing for supporting the Monsters of the Morning Teachers Appreciation Party at Johnny's Other Side, Wednesday, August the 6th from 4 to 7 p.m. Come out, connect, celebrate. We got gift bags, prizes, and thanks to our friends at Eustace Roofing.
Your cruise is booked, but why rush to the port when you can start your vacation early? The legendary Cocoa Beach is your ultimate pre-cruise paradise, just minutes from Port Canaveral. Stretch out on sandy shores, surf some waves, or kayak with dolphins before you set sail. Need a hotel? Cocoa Beach has plenty, plus shuttle packages to get you to the ship on time. Why wait for the ship to start having fun? Book your adventure now at legendarycocobeach.com.
Hey guys, Russ Rollins here. Lose weight, gain muscle, and lose that dad bod with testosterone from Red Mountain Weight Loss. If you've noticed a lack in energy lately, how about brain fog, trouble in the bedroom? Well, you probably have low T. It's more common than you think, and it is treatable. Truth is, men today have 20% lower testosterone than even our dads had. Ugh, yeah, man. Hey, but there's a solution to it. You'll find it at Red Mountain Weight Loss. They offer full-strength testosterone as an injection or a tablet, and we're not talking about supplements here. No, we're talking about prescription-only testosterone because no supplement can match the boost you get from actual testosterone. It'll give you more energy, greater focus, better sleep, and lean muscle mass, and you're also going to have a better sex drive. It is a game changer. Book your free video consultation with one of their licensed doctors today and regain your energy, your strength, your vitality. For a limited time, they're even going to waive their startup fee. So go to redmountainweightloss.com. That's redmountainweightloss.com. Red Mountain Weight Loss. Real testosterone, real doctors, and real results.
This year, fuel prices have been a bit of a roller coaster. Here in Orlando, drivers finally have some relief at the pump, but prices are likely to go up by the end of the summer. Well, you know what can make your ride smoother? The Upside app. With Upside, you can earn...
Joe Mike, what's happening? How's everybody doing? How you doing, YouTube? Not seeing a whole lot of Twitch in this chat right now. What's up, weed consumer? Rachel, Sean, CDCL. Getting our gift baskets ready for Boss Man Jack.
Coming back live, baby. Coming back live.
Don't forget to use promo code Orlando07.
Okay, make up your mind, man. Make up your mind. What's up, Kurt? CJ. Too much Twitch lag today. By the time our post shows topic change. Oh! Huh. I didn't know that that was a chat issue. With the lag, at least. Twitch is busy working. Are ya? Vicky, how's the baby? Baby's good. When he's not being a dick. Celine, we saw you in New Smyrna. When? Which time? Last time I went was for a friend's birthday, and I heckled the restaurant because their sound sucked.
Be smiling, and that alone should scare you.
All right, back to it.
He's smiling, and that alone should scare you. This
Show Tuesday. Thank you for spreading the word about the News Junkie radio show, live stream, podcast, however you enjoy us. We enjoy having you along for the ride each day, going through everything that is viral. All right, we got a bunch of things to touch on before we call it a wrap for today. One is some Gator action that happens from time to time. And there is a story about this saying a Florida deputy wrangled an alligator from a pool, caught the gator himself. This guy's like the most Florida cop ever. I mean, this may have been
a very Florida story.
It may have been. It may have been in This Week in Florida. I just saw.
I would say would have been, you know.
Maybe. Maybe. I got the Fox 35 with the video. So here's what could have been on your segment, Zealand. Here he is. Oh! He's just raw dogging this gator with his hand.
That sound effect is so familiar.
That's the officer with his hand in somebody's pool, and he's got the gator from behind the neck.
Play it one more time from the beginning, if you don't mind.
All right.
All right, if you can pause.
It's not too far off. This is a gator in a pool.
Also a gator wrangling, I'm sure.
That's a woman with a grapefruit. But here it is. Grabbed it. Got it.
Oh, it's a baby gator.
I'm not grabbing that thing.
You're fine. Yeah, I would grab it. No problem.
You would grab a gator that big?
Yes. That's
no
easy.
shot.
What is?
That's
what is it
big
going to
enough
give? A bite?
Yes.
That needs stitches? It's not going to rip my arm off.
It might not be able to rip your arm off, but that alligator
You could do the roll thing, right?
Yeah.
And do what?
It rip a finger off.
I could give the death roll to that gator before it death rolls me.
No way.
Yes way. I have no problem with that size gator.
This gator is about
with confidence.
What can we agree on? 3 feet?
That's a preteen gator tops.
3.5 feet, maybe 3 feet, somewhere around there,
including tail.
Yeah, of course. But this thing is big enough that it could rip your fingers right off your hand. I would
go
not
by the neck.
touch that thing at all. You saying you would pick this thing up?
Oh yeah.
I would not. Here he is. He's got it out of the pool.
You go. Wow.
Roughly 4 foot long.
4 feet long? No way I wouldn't touch that thing. With a net.
Florida girl.
I grab a little like pool net and get it or something, but I wouldn't be
Remember
touching
that guy
on
that captured the gator in his garbage bin?
Yeah, and the nation was like, "We've got a hero."
This cop just grabbed it, and you hear all the women just fawning over the cop.
Hell yeah!
God,
You
Did
go.
you
Didn't
see
even
him pick up
finish.
that
She
gator?
didn't know what to call him. She's like, "You go."
She was very excited.
You're Superman. Not a lot of tape. You go.
You go.
You go.
Obviously, you grew up here.
That's a baby
No big
gator,
deal.
dude. You're fine.
I'll take him to a pond that doesn't have any residential. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. He's carrying it away.
Have those people never seen a gator before?
I know, you're mad.
All right, now he's got tape around its mouth. Fine, I'd handle it now.
Right.
I'd be fine with it. But you got no tape around that thing's mouth? You think you're going to grab it by the tail or something, or grab it? It'll
Grab
yank
it by
around
the
and get
neck,
you.
first of all, and then you grab a wet cloth, put it over the eyes.
Do you see what he does next?
No, right here?
Yeah.
Hang on.
I know.
Is that the gator? Yeah. Puts it in the back seat
of a cop car and buckles him in.
The right to remain silent. Anything you say or do?
He did put him in the back seat. Hey, put the seatbelt around the alligator, man. What the hell? All right, there you go.
Stop resisting!
It just starts tasing the hell out of him, light him up. When Sabrina comes in with her hand all wrapped up, we'll know why, says Night Nurse 90. I'm telling you.
You go, you.
I think if they're like fresh out the eggs and you got the little gators like that, that they might have at a mini golf place, it might not be too bad. But if they're 4 feet long.
I mean, there's a way of going about it. I wouldn't go just like, I'm going to grab it with my bare hands.
You don't have any experience doing this,
I've seen plenty of videos. I grew up in the state, and I also have a gator queen, full-blown, worldwide known expert.
What do you think she
that
would
I
tell you?
Call on speakerphone.
What would the gator queen tell you to do?
I'm
Do you
going to
think she
say,
would
I
tell
have
you?
no other choice, Savannah. Just tell me what to do right now.
I think she'd say, like, what are you doing? Don't grab that thing. She's dealt with worse.
And she goes, damn it, Sabrina, it's a garden snake. How many times do I have to tell you?
It was a little gator, and now it's off to jail, off to prison, unfortunately, for the gator in St. Johns County.
Because it went slow in the left lane.
Maybe, yeah, it happens.
1 month.
And then we go in a different direction. I teased this, so let's talk about it very quickly. There is a problem going on, and this is mostly in England right now. They said the rats are getting to sizes that are just unheard of, just absolutely unheard of as of now. And in this case, this is supposedly, there it is right there.
Yeah, so you know what I just said about the gator?
No,
I would be so far away from that.
It's
Never
a 2 foot long rat.
Yeah, are you
Are you
serious?
sure it's a rat and not that other thing?
King rat.
Not king rat. What's the rat species that sometimes people eat?
Nutria?
Nutria.
No, nutrias are way bigger than this thing. This is in England, too. I don't think they got nutria. Those are mostly in the bayou.
What is that? What do you mean, 2-foot rat?
It says, exterminators discovered a gargantuan, nearly 2-foot-long rat. I'll put this up on See It Now during the break. Inside an English home, and officials are warning the cat-sized rodent is not a one-off, but part of an increasingly out-of-control infestation where these rats are getting big and big and bigger. They said,
I'm not touching that.
Rodents have been spotted in increasing numbers in the area. Rodents in the UK are growing larger, and some could be 2 to 3 feet.
That's a hell no for me.
That's really big.
I would rather get my hand bitten off by an alligator than touch that.
I think rats are quite gross, but I think I stay away from this thing too. If
Take
I
it
could.
to the pool, giant rat, or little alligator.
A 4-foot-long alligator or 2-foot rat, I'll take the rat. I would encounter the rat every day. The 2-foot rat over the 4-foot alligator. I think the 2-foot rat gives me the best chance of coming out okay with all my fingers and stuff. And
with some disease you have to live with for the rest of your life.
Well, but it's a rat. I'm not going to let the rat get me. I'm going to move around a little bit. I'm going to move and shake. And its mouth is not like a gator's mouth is just ready to get you at any point in time.
Yeah, but a rat's mouth is like there's yellow teeth off the bat. The things that live inside. Rats live forever, dude. I would take alligator all day. I'd take 2 of those 4-foot alligators before that giant rat.
To be 2 foot long, that rat's got to be old. It's been around for a little while. What would you take on? You have to choose your own adventure here, chat and everybody else on the way out. Would you battle the 2-foot long rat or the 4-foot long alligator? All right, that's your next decision of the game. Push that button.
Tail included, thank you.
You go into a room, you have to push a button. The instructions at the table with the button say, if you push this button on the left, you have to take on and battle a 2-foot-long rat. If you push the button on the right, you have to take on the 4-foot alligator. There is no not pushing the button. Which one do you fight? Do you fight the 2-foot-long rat or the 4-foot-long gator? Let us know. We'll divide things with that button push as we come back to wrap everything up. When we return, final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Tuesday. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Inter Miami comes to town to play Orlando City this Sunday. Will Lionel Messi play? Be there to find out. Your chance to win tickets happens later today on the Jim Colbert Show. Today at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
Hey, folks. Gators don't carry rabies? They carry teeth. Who says the rat has rabies? It's not like all rats have rabies. I'll take my chances with that 2-foot rat, all right? I'll be hanging out with all y'all with no fingers. Like, oh no, the 4-foot gator was stronger than I anticipated. Rate the show out of 10. Rate the show out of 10. Rate the show out of 10. I say 7 flat. 7.0 today. 7.0. What do you think? Rate the show out of 10. 10 out of 10 is the best. 1 or 0 out of 10 is the worst. 6.9 again.
So don't leave money on the table. Make sure you get that money back in your hands where it belongs.
Thank you, Steppa Pete. We'll take it. 6.9. 99 out of 10. 10 out of 10 says Night Nurse. Michael says 11. 8.25. Rabies or not, I'm taking the Gator. You're out of your mind. I'm going 8. I wasn't disappointed. That's the goal, baby. 9 out of 10, 8.75. Best show. I love this show, says Michael. Right back at you, Michael. I got to go get Today I Learned, though, Michael. So hang tight. I'll be right back. Let me take it off. Lady is fighting a stuffed animal gator right now out here. Lady, come here. Come here. Lady. Throw it in here. Who's our chatter of the day? Who is our chatter of the day? Lady. Uh-oh. Alligator. Dun, 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 dun. Well, that's a shark. Alligator. Ready? Get it. Oh, yeah. You got it? There. See you later. She solved that one. Who's our chatter of the day? Rachel says, I'm not an ass kisser. I'll say a strong 7 out of 10. Thank you, Rachel. Appreciate you. Appreciate your time. I just realized, as I'm about to pick chatter of the day, how lonely is this going to be? Courtney's going to do something at her parents' house. She's bringing lady with her. There's going to be nobody here. What am I going to do? Lady is a vicious killer? True. Coastal Kelly for chatter of the day? Congratulations, Coastal Kelly. Chatter of the day. They said you couldn't do it, but there you go. Skull Mike will comfort you? Oh, man. I mean, if I need company and I have to come in here and do a stream, that's going to seem even more sad. Not out of the question, though. All right, folks. Let's wrap it up. Final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut, all that good stuff on the way. How about the person who you took away 5 years of their life for chatter of the day? No, that person can get fucked. All right, we're coming back, baby. I hope Lady doesn't see a gator in the wild and attack. Same. I'll protect her, though. I'll kill that son of a bitch. I'll gut that gator. I'll rip it. I'll make shoes out of it. I'll make a purse out of it for Courtney. I will murder that thing. All right, come back.
IDC has it covered. You buy the ring, we'll give the getaway. Hurry, this is a limited time offer. Details and restrictions at shopidc.com. International Diamond Center. Altamont Springs, Mullet Millennial, and Waterford Lakes.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
There's an app for your music, an app for your photos, even an app that tracks your steps. But only one app brings you the live radio dial and lets you save your favorite stations, playlists, and podcasts as presets you can tap anytime. The free iHeartRadio app. The #1 app for radio.
Squeaks, jerks, and rattles? Your garage door's crying for Everdoor. For just $49, they'll tune up and shut down the noise. Trust Everdoor for smooth service. Book at everdoor.com. Everdoor, the garage door that lasts evermore.
Join the show. Send your dispatch now at thenewsjunkie.com.
Me and us and we and all of the people in between. I had to force that one in there. That was a little clunky.
Yeah, it's okay.
Sorry. Final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Tuesday. A stunning amount of you decided, and by the way, it's just the wrong decision, that you would hit the button to fight the 4-foot alligator as opposed to the 2-foot rat. I mean, I don't understand this. I don't understand. The 2-foot rat is like, it seems so much less threatening to me.
Sounds like pretty logical people to me.
I don't think so. No. I mean, here's the thing.
Rats can survive in like the apocalypse and
what does that
mean? In what is the word? Nuclear war.
Look. An alligator is literally the most angry animal.
I think they're misunderstood.
You know why, right?
Because all them teeth and no toothbrush.
Yeah.
Alligators are, outside of Tasmanian devils, the most angry animals. Angry. And they just want to get you. You can't talk to an alligator and be like, come on, little buddy, don't bite me. They're going to rip you apart.
Yeah, the cop did that. He's like, oh, you're a little mad, aren't you?
He was.
You're a mad guy.
And then what'd he do? Put a seatbelt on him.
Yeah, because he's some crazy Florida cop who knows how to handle these things. Certainly, I wouldn't put anybody else out there doing that. It's dangerous. All right, let's see what we got here on the way out. And Celine mentioned bats earlier on account of Ozzy Osbourne and the AI at Rod Stewart's concert, which was a little inappropriate, according to some people, to put AI of Ozzy Osbourne in heaven at Rod Stewart's concert and have him hanging out with Kurt Cobain and Tupac and
with the selfie stick. The man did not use a selfie stick once.
No,
on all his years here on Earth.
This is a woman from Massachusetts. She had a bit of a problem when she was on vacation in Arizona. Arizona was not the place for Erica Kahn to be. She said she was filming the night sky, and the next thing she knew, something was in her mouth. She's filming the night sky in Arizona.
I've seen a porn like that.
Next thing you know, something was in her mouth. She didn't know what was going on. It was a bat.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah,
a bat. A bat flew into her mouth. Yeah, a bat flew into her mouth. And bats are one of the major rabies vectors because of their bite. And she said, what am I supposed to do here?
That must have been the most beautiful sunset for her mouth to be so agape that a bat was like, a cave.
This is amazing. I'll tell you this. They had just asked her a question not long before this bat ended up in her mouth.
What was the question?
Question was, well, you're leaving your job. Would you like to take the Cobra insurance extension? And that'll give you 60 days between jobs for your insurance to continue. And she goes, nah, I'm good.
Oh.
I'm good. $21,000 in medical bills. 21 grand.
She got bit? Bat bite her?
Just because it flew in her mouth, they said they had to haul ass. The bat is more frightening, I guess, than the rat or the gator. It's way more frightening, way more dangerous. All right, it's time to do it. Here we go. Let's do our final dispatches.
These are the final dispatches, but Sean will probably only play one.
Here we go. Let's see what we got on the way out for our final dispatches today. Did we play any other ones? I think we might have played one or two, or who knows. Here's Laserblade talking about the movie Sinners.
Hey, junkies. Hey. I watched Sinners the other day. It was really mediocre. It was hard to get through. I kept waiting for something good to happen.
Oh.
It never did.
What's your favorite movie?
Just my 2 cents.
Yeah, I'm always interested in that, too. Whenever somebody's like, I'll tell you what, Shawshank Redemption was dog-ass. It was a terrible movie. And I'd be like, what's your favorite movie? And they're like, I love...
Jiggly.
Yep, that's C-Lane knows.
The new Ninja Turtle Michael Bay movies are the only thing I enjoy watching. Oh, okay, I see.
That one where John Travolta is the mob boss.
Yeah, it's a real hit. Honey Badger.
Hey, y'all. Big fan of the show, especially Savvy. Although
Savvy.
I say smoke weed every hour, but you do you. As far as the caregivers and the nurses or whatever are concerned, It's all good and fine. That's probably who's going to end up taking care of me in 30 years. So.
All right. I'm going to stop you there, Honey Badger.
How old you is?
She doesn't say.
How old you is?
She says she's fine with it being in an AI nursing home.
Smoke
She's
weed
okay.
every hour.
Let's see. This is Ozman with the final dispatch.
Sean, you're obviously wrong. Everybody knows that the angriest, most aggressive animal known to man is the Chihuahua. Okay?
Yeah.
Let's just agree on
Older
it.
Chihuahua.
Tasmanian devil underneath Chihuahua.
They're angry.
I'll give you alligator underneath that. But the most aggressive is a Chihuahua.
They can be that way. They can be a little territorial and whatnot. All right, that'll have to do it for today. And let's get the hell out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
Go ahead and follow along with the show. All of my profiles or anybody else, Sealand and Sabrina, their social media profiles also available at thenewsjunkie.com/share. Give it a follow for a Share the Show Tuesday. Today I Learned for a Tuesday, August 5th, 2025. This movie series.
Jaws.
James Bond is correct. Yes, indeed. James Bond actor George Lazenby quit after one James Bond film. His agent, Ronan O'Reilly, told him the character is not going to last. It'll never make it out of the 60s. This ain't going to be a thing. People don't even like James Bond. Well, he was a bit wrong about that. It's still going on to this day. Today, I learned about 75% of aluminum, or as the Brits say, aluminium, ever produced is still in use today. Aluminum stuff goes a long way.
Baloney.
75% of the aluminum
all the time in the trash.
is still in use today, other than if you're at Sabrina's house where she throws all
I make
of it
little
away.
balls of it and toss.
Here we go. Today I learned this band right here. Speaking of pushing the buttons, C-Lane said you're not going to find a button-pushing song.
Maybe.
That is Salt and Pepper.
Salt and Pepper is correct. After being threatened by the KKK for releasing the R&B track "What a Man" in 1968,
isn't about buttons.
Linda Lindell didn't perform again for 35 years, only making a comeback after Salt and Pepper sampled their song "What a Man" and "What a Man." And she came back after that. Yes, this is about pushing buttons, Sealand, okay? Push it good. Push it real good. Thank you for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back tomorrow, same time.